OBS, there should be like show server, and then it shows like right below it stream key. Let's
Now we're
see.
going
We're live.
live.
The kids.
Live for the.
Wow, this is
Oh.
huge.
Okay, so I'll upload the beginning part of this. Now we can. Okay.
It does say week 8 coverage stream. Does that matter?
Oh, that's leftover.
You are live right now.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. They'll know that you're live. The kids won't know what it's about, but
Yeah, it's no longer for kids, so it doesn't have to.
yeah. Damn it! I really wanted to make this kid friendly.
Okay. There. Oh, geez. Okay. Talked about drag. Talked about trap. Talked about Lottie. Already talked about Ghost. Big differences. Power difference.
Yeah, I mean it's the same differences they've always been. One's more one's bulky offense, one's just HO. The same differences they've always been. Nothing new in this tier, if you can, in this meta, if you can believe that. So yeah, I mean it's still a problem because you don't necessarily know what's. I think Latias has a different the problems are different. Like there's a set profile that you don't know which way it's going to go. With Latios, it's more you don't know what coverage it's bringing. You know what it's going to do. Latias, you don't know exactly what it's going to do as much. So those are, I think, the differences in planning for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think that Latios a boost. Thank you.
I'll say week 23 draft stream. Week 23.
Oh, it says W.
I don't know. I'm just looking at the. It doesn't matter. They'll click
right?
the. All right.
Had a week 20. Got 4 concurrent views. Amazing.
That's huge. That's huge for us. 3 kids and me, I think.
I think so. Okay, so that's that covered. Do have Dakota's picks.
Gonna be Florges at first round. What do we think? Oh, Meowscarada. Meowscarada's. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. And Galarian Slowking. Those are 2 very Brett Mons to me for some reason. I think they were on Brett's team at the same time. Maybe.
Slowking, sure. That's Regenerator.
Well, yeah, I think Brett had Meowscarada maybe 2 seasons ago, and it's that thing is like kind of guaranteed double-digit kills. It's just like if that's in the back, you can't like really be like too risky because like that can come in and just get a kill if you're not careful. So it's horrifying. It's a good like late game thing too. Galarian Slowking is just good at controlling momentum. It kind of it kind of has like not type wise, but like if you're in like I switch into this, you switch into that, and then you're in like a cycle, not necessarily like a U-turn, volt turn kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like if you're in that cycle, it does a good job of breaking that up. Just like future sighting things is a good way to break that up, and also the regenerator, you start losing ground to Galarian Slowking really quickly.
Yeah, it's also one of those mons back real. So got another pivot there. Got 2 pivots already. Turn from Auto, which is
Mm-hmm.
and typically stab. Exception.
Yeah.
Nice. Not that we've seen a big amount of hail and stuff, because it also will, or other weather in general, can overwrite weather.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna skip over to the south now because I Tyler's pick. Tyler sent me a very nice. This is a this if this wanted to end up with Garchomp.
Garchomp, a classic mon. Just gonna get the job done. Nothing flashy about Garchomp, but it is gonna be a staple on the team. Um, I mean, kind of. I mean, not the same, but like kind of like Great Tusk, where it's like you can put that on the team every week and find a place for it, and it's going to be good at something. Um, it's just pretty lock and load standard, you know,
Yeah,
pretty
now
good.
that you mention, I do think that Garchomp is probably good. Like that's a good comparison. You'll find it on your team a lot of the weeks. Still, audio is
Yeah,
really mine in particular, or
Pap sounds clear. Pap's not on the. I'm not Pap.
my audio is breaking up. Okay, I will switch to a different microphone if that helps.
Do I sound like Pap? Do I have a Pap-esque voice?
That
That's
putting messages.
well, Mike said Pap sounds clear, but Germ is breaking up. So
Logan's audio. I'm using my probably should have done going, which is also crazy.
well, we're making it happen. It's not like picks are flowing in, quickly. Oh, well, Michael has just picked Slowking. Slowking plus Mamoswine. Kind of similar to a little more of a budget version of Meowscarada and Galarian Slowking. Um, a priority physical attacker, and then a really good the pivot. I just guess pivot, not really offensive.
So we
So
can talk about, I guess we can talk about it now, Michael. I know that you had identified Galarian Slowking as one of your targets.
I did, yes.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to double check with Dakota, because that's what he said he wanted last night. I'm just like, just want to make sure nothing's changed, because I know it's gonna feel, especially because you had just joined the chat. I'm like, it's gonna feel like I am putting these picks in and sniping you, but
I had a very hard toss up on which I wanted to go first, but I thought because I could get either or on the Slowking that I would be fine with that option. It just means that I'll have 1 point later on
yeah,
for what
yeah.
upgrade.
So yeah, extra budget's always good. Now we're waiting on Zach's pick. I just want to see if there's anything else in the South we need to talk about. I mean, nothing really going there. I don't know why Terapagos is underlined on Zeng's stuff here. I don't know if that's something.
uh,
I don't know if that's something that needs to be addressed. I feel like it might be a hangover from a weird formatting thing that Brett might have had in and just never got addressed. Oh, and then we got Keenan's pick coming in hot here. We've got Quaquaval.
Quaquaval. I really like Quaquaval on the ladder. I love Quaquaval. Draft, I like it less. I'm not really sure why, because like I feel like on the ladder, I feel like I wreck with it, but like anytime I see it in league, it seems to be a little underwhelming for some reason.
I don't know. It's a mon that I've always looked at and been like, this mon is probably up for getting like, it could probably get like 15 kills in a season. It just can really snowball offensively. And even then, you can use it in other ways. Like the fact that it gets Roost, Rapid Spin. I think it gets Taunt, U-turn, or not U-turn, but Flip turn. Sorry, I just burped through that talking point there. But I think it's a good mon. I'm super excited to see it here. Hopefully Keenan can use it well. Also, looks like we might have Jabron's pick coming in pretty quick here. And he took Raging Bolt.
Raging Bolt. God, another mon I hate switching into. Really hard to switch into. If you have like that's a mon where it's not something you can bring every single week. If it has a good matchup, like it can sweep, but also there are like just Pokemon that can stop it. But I mean, probably like I don't know, 70% of the time it gets a kill if it, well, if it comes, it gets a kill. But you can only really, I think it, I think it's matchup dependent a little bit.
Yeah, we are flying now. Zach and the Dallas Drills obviously took a long time to really decide what he wanted to do and get into this
Uh,
draft, but Hisuian Samurott along with Great Tusk.
I'm not up there. That looks horrible up there.
Yeah,
That's I can't imagine a worse combo to go against. Zach just taking things that's like, yep, this will work, and you guys won't like it. Like those are just two really staple on every single week. It's gonna be a problem for people.
yeah, and Great Tusk can easily run Rapid Spin every week. Soon Samrock's just going to very easily be putting up spikes.
Yeah.
It's hazard control is going to be very difficult against Zach's team.
Yeah, I think immediately hazards and fairy in the north is, yeah, I think the north is interesting because it's kind of, I think it puts people on a path to, like, you're gonna have to start counter drafting with what's being taken, like even like with Ishii's draft, like you're gonna be fucked if you don't have anything to switch into Mammoth Sign or stop Slowking from just staying alive. Like you do now have to prepare for that, and you have to prepare for Brett with Terapagos. I don't even know how you really prepare for it, but
Yeah, and there's
yeah,
not
I
good
don't.
overlap. Like Ishii's team, there's not good overlap of stuff to hit both Mamoswine and Slowking. So
Yeah,
you have to right now you have to bring two different Pokemon to deal with two Pokemon, and that problem's going to get bigger and bigger as the draft goes on. Obviously.
yeah, we'll see who starts counter drafting and who starts like who just keeps their because I think I think someone could put themselves on a path where they finish their draft and then look at their matchups and they're like, oh boy, this team's not doesn't fit here, you know. So we'll see how people adapt.
Okay, so I didn't really have anything to say about Raging Bolt, but I'll talk about it now. It's something I drafted and I don't think I used very well, but we saw Zach last season. Was it last season? Use it really well. Oh, I thought Zach had, maybe I'm thinking 2 seasons ago or something Zach had, but it's such a strong mon that you can really just like bring it in, click Draco Meteor, and devastate people. I think it's a Pokemon you really want to be aggressive with.
Yeah, you kind of have to be.
And now, Logan, you're gonna have to do something that you probably don't want to do live on stream. Time for you to put your pick in.
I'm taking a mon that I think is horrifically over tiered, but I want to use it. Do I? Yeah, just the value. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I thought I copied it. Hold on. I'm taking Reuniclus. I'm gonna
Okay.
copy it in. I don't know how to spell Reuniclus. Is it just? It's just how it's spelled. How it sounds.
REU, and yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there we go. I do think it's over tiered at 14 points because, um, it's when it can't Terra, which makes it better on the ladder. But like, I think it can be both off. Think it can be a defensive pivot, and it can maybe set up against some things. I think having the like regenerators obviously great. Magic Guard also good against if I've been known to not have to not bring anything to stop hazards. So I think that's just a good prevention method. Also gives me possibly, I don't plan on taking a Trick Room team, but like a Trick Room element if I so choose to take something later that's slow and strong.
Now, are you worried about the fact that Reuniclus's base ability is Overcoat, and there's a chance that you might just
Yeah,
have it
yeah,
have Overcoat one
yeah.
week?
That's a big worry of mine, but that's just user error, not the mom's fault. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do think Reuniclus is too expensive at 14, but I want to use it. So um yeah, I'm gonna go for it. I'm not. There's nothing high tier that excited me. So
Okay, so that's gonna move our next pick in the south on to Papkun, who I believe is in the in the stream. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up with the. There's also a chat over here. I got like 3 different windows going. Actually, I probably don't need to keep OBS open at this point. Do that looks better. Yeah, 100%. Mike saying that you will 100% have Overcoat on multiple weeks on accident.
Yeah, that's yeah, I've you think I would learn, but I've done it for like 10 seasons where I keep doing it. Like
Yeah.
it's not even just like here and there. Like I can't stop myself. I don't know what the deal is.
So, I don't know. Do you have any? Because Reuniclus, you said it's over tiered. You also took it's 14 points, so it's one of the cheaper things that have gone so far. Would you say that's a draft strategy thing to go cheaper there, or no? Or is that just like this
Uh
is the mon I want?
yeah, I think it's both. That is the mon I want. I think it's a draft strategy. If you're gonna take an overpriced thing, you don't want to take like a high value thing too. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in like the I don't know, like the 14 to 11 range that I was interested in, and I'm like, maybe I'll just take like I don't know a bunch of like 7 things from there and see what happens. Um, and I mean, I still am probably gonna like look at what's in the league because the stuff that was up there, I'm like, I've either used or I don't care about. So I'm just trying to have a good time, you know.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
I did consider taking like taking Mew, and I'm like, is that really interesting? No. And then like I don't know if you really look at like what's 16 and above, I'm like, it's just stuff that's been used a million times, and this is our third or fourth season of this group.
This is I think our third.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm kind of over it. I don't know. I do like an Amorous though. That was another model. I'm like, I do like using that.
We've taken an Amorous before.
Yeah, that's a mod I just like using. But yeah, I'm excited to just have some optionality on my team, and I feel like Reuniclus is like I don't know if you can like look at Reuniclus and you're like, oh, I know what set this is. You know what I mean? Like I just think it has a lot of options.
Yeah. Do you want to do some wild speculation in the north while we wait on Papcoon's pick? And look at
I would
what do you think? What do you think Drew's gonna take with his next pick?
Um, I mean, there's really no way of knowing. I think I mean, if I'm a team in the north, like I'm trying to prioritize Clefable right now. Um, I'm trying to go get Clefable, honestly. Or you're trying. I mean, unless he has something that like, I mean, like, what would pair really well with Latias? I feel like anything does. So I feel like there's not really like a thing where you're like, all right, these two together, and then I can start my draft. Like I would just prioritize getting Clefable.
You know what? I'm totally with you on the Clefable pick. I think that's strong here. If you want to go a little bit cheaper and get something like Sylveon or Florges, I could see that, but it's also like when fairies start going, they're gonna start going fast,
Yeah,
especially in this league.
yeah, that's why I'm like, it's a second round. Like, go get it right now, and then you can kind of just adjust from there based on because like you are gonna like by doing that. Also, I think you kind of set off the chain, and people are gonna start drafting different.
Yeah.
Um, start being reactive, and then you can kind of maybe sneak in a pick you wanted later because people are switching up stuff. So I think the North is going to be. I don't know. It looks like it just based on what's taken. I'm like, it looks like a hellscape up there. I think people are have to change up draft plans.
Yeah, it's tough to say because it's
Um,
still so early. I feel like maybe now is not the time to start counter drafting, but I do think you probably need to look at your draft plan and be like, do I need to make some adjustments now? Like,
yeah, because there. I mean, there are. The thing is, there's like what Latios, Dragapult. I don't know about Terapagos really. Mamoswine, Meowscarada. Like all of those are and like the Zach's combination of things. I just think is you can't really draft him on. Like, but those 5 things are like things. It's like I need a mon to bring against this, and if that is currently not on your draft structure, like you're gonna need to pivot. You know what I mean?
so speaking of Zach's team, we have Papcoon in the South taking one of the Pokemon that Zach has also taken. He's taken Hisuian Samurott.
That
So I
hasn't
think
got a lot of run. I feel like.
yeah, I think your Magic Guard on Reuniclus might come in handy because you're gonna have spikes to deal with.
Yeah, gonna have some spikes up. So unfortunately, Reuniclus not a good Suian Samurai counter, but
No, it's gonna be Reuniclus is gonna be in. Hisuian Samurot's gonna come in. It's like okay,
I'm looking
Reuniclus has to leave, and let a spike get up.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll address that problem later, I guess. Because right now it's not working out.
Yeah, I
But
think it was as early as season 2, I think, where you said like, "Oh yeah, my hazard clearing strategy is hazard prevention." Because you had Mega Absol and like Klefki did a pretty good job of like shutting down hazards with like Prankster Taunt. Oh,
yeah, I also did what prankster was it torment on spikers? I would do that.
yeah, that way they couldn't do too
Uh,
many layers of spikes in a row.
yeah, so that I mean I don't know why I mean now heavy duty boots kind of just like bypasses. I'm just like I just put boots on like 4 things and I don't need to worry about prevention.
You know, it's
But
weird
I
because
also haven't been doing well, so yeah, probably not a good strategy.
well, it's tough. The hazard meta is difficult because more Pokemon than ever get spikes. But then also heavy duty boots is just on a ton of Pokemon. So it's like hazards are more important than ever, but also they can just be easily neutralized by heavy duty boots.
Yeah, it's kind of it kind of comes out in the wash a little bit, but I still think like Hisuian Samurott just lets you have spikes up all the time, so like it's not like it's not like an active thing you have to do, and you're like, all
Yeah.
right, I'm getting the things, it's just like that's just a bonus to be like, now you have to deal with this, and I didn't put any effort in like getting them up, and I didn't lose any momentum putting them up. So
Yeah, you never have to think like how am I going to fit spikes on this team either. It's just you
yeah,
just bring the really good mon.
yeah, they're there.
Um So, I don't know, not much more to talk about in the South. We talked that do you think that teams are probably going to like that looking at the rest of these teams in the North too. You had mentioned Clefable. I think Clefable pairs well with any of these Pokemon. Like Brett
Yeah,
maybe
that
least of all because he's got a normal type, but also normal type's only threatened by fighting. Clefable deals with that.
yeah, it really looks like that seems to be a priority, like that man, because like the thing is with the top like this 18 to 16 thing, like Great Tusk is the best defensive thing there, and then you're dealing with Goldango, Gliscor, like those things, but they're not like those aren't like traditional walls. Those are kind of like you know just roadblocks more than they are walls.
Yeah.
Um,
Actually, now that you
and
mention it,
Clef-
Goldengo might fit nicely on Brett's team if he were to go that direction.
I think Goldango also is something that would go in this draft. Just kind of looking at what's here. Especially, I would assume there's going to be a run on fairies, so that's kind of a counter to the counter. Um, if Goldango and Clefable aren't drafted in the north, I would be shocked. It seems like a meta that they would thrive in. It
Yeah.
is funny looking at the stark differences between the south and the north, because the south I feel like has a little more of a vacation vibe, and then the north is like we're gonna murder everybody. So it's just
Well,
kind of funny.
we'll see how the trends shake out here because we saw a lot of like because we have some similar things going. Like Fairy's gonna do well here too. Roaring Moon, Garchomp, Quaquaval, Raging Bolt, Samurott. Like I think Fairy's gonna do well here. I think people need to be looking at it in both leagues. It's one of the best types in the game, and it deals with some of the best offensive types in the game, being Dark Dragon fighting.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as urgent though. It's not as like
Yeah,
just because like Garchomp, like it's fairy or ice, like you can
yeah,
kind of do both. And I mean, Roaring Moon is just you need a fairy type move. You don't 100% of the time. A fairy is good against Roaring Moon. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like oh I got a fairy now I can deal with the main threats on 3 teams or something. It's like yeah, probably do 2, maybe 3. Like the North, it's just like if I get a fairy across the board, I am good. Like I have something to bring every single week. Because I don't, yeah, I don't think there's one team where it's like I don't need a fairy. I guess Ishii's team would be the one right now where you're like I don't need a fairy on it. But
yeah. Um, I'm debating whether or not I want to try to upload the first part of the draft coverage right now, or I'll probably just wait though. That's not a long video. It's also just not worth it if it does something to the stream.
yeah, it's not. I mean, they're gonna miss us talking about the highest of the high things.
Yeah.
Um,
Like
I
we need some development. Um, yeah,
we need development.
yeah, we need
Uh,
because I'm running out of stuff to just spin on. But I think because I mentioned Goldengo, I want to circle back to that. I think it looks like it might fit nicely on Brett's team if he were to go that route, or at least as currently constructed. And we don't have a lot to go on, but I would not expect to see Goldengo go to Drew, Kyle, or Mike for sure. At least not early.
yeah, that's probably true.
I think with Darkrai in the league, those teams don't want to be loading up too heavily on Dark Week Pokemon.
Yeah, that probably makes sense. But yeah, it's still good, man. What do you say if we got some time here between picks? Draft sleepers, anything 10 and below that you got
Ooh.
your eye on?
Let's see. Let's take a look at some 10 and below Pokemon. Okay, I'm just gonna say some things that jump out to me. I was talking last night to one of the coaches. I won't say who. And they were talking a little bit about a Pokemon like King Gambit. And I think Bisharp is probably, you can probably still do a good amount of work with Bisharp. Oh, it looks like we might have a pick in from Drew.
We got a pick.
We'll get back to
Pick is in.
there's Clefable. Okay, we manifested it.
We did, yeah. It's that's gonna be that's gonna start. I would assume gonna start a little bit of a chain reaction here.
Yeah, I think by the time it gets back to Drew, I think at least 2 other Fairymon are going to get taken. So I think taking Clefable there was important.
Yeah, who's the next fairy off the board in your mind then?
Without looking at it, my gut says like Sylveon, but let me look at it and actually decide. Fairies.
Hey, Screamtail, I think is an option. A pretty
The thing
good
is though,
option.
not with these teams, just because you don't want to load up on those dark well, I guess that's not a dark weakness, that's a ghost weakness.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is, I mean, you have to. Yeah, I guess it's not the best op. Yeah, no, honestly, it's not the best.
You know
option
what?
at
I
the
think
moment.
I like Enamorous T for this because it covers those dragons. It also deals even better with Great Tusk, and at least you can't. It's not banded Mamoswine. This also covers Meowscarada. I think Enamorous T might be a nice pick out of 13.
That's not bad.
Yeah, Sylveon's also in that tier. Along Galarian Weezing.
Yeah,
with the
that was the next one I was going to bring up.
but with
I
the
mean,
two Lotties.
Yeah, but Will-O-Wisp helps. It's off the ground too, so it
Yeah.
kind of, it's a good.
Like that's actually
it's not bad.
Yeah, Galarian Weezing isn't. Yeah, I totally. Now that you say that, I think it's got some problems because the Lotties is probably not your first go-to, but it does.
Right.
If you're not worried about them, like I think Galarian Weezing is probably a nice pick for Joel because, I think he is not as worried about the psychic types like Lottie and Latios or Latios and Latios.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably his best fairy. It is interesting that like once that I think that's why Clefable was so important. It was just like once you do that, like every other like Clefable works against everything. Everything else has like a flaw or a team that the fairy type is almost neutralized. Or not neutralized, but like not as good as it would be. Like you can bring it against 5 of the 7 or whatever it is. Clefable you can bring across the board pretty much. So I think you'll start to see some people start taking fairies that fit them.
So
but Sylveon does seem like next a good broad, like just kind of a broad stroke.
Yeah, that would be like my if I was looking at Clefable and wasn't able to get it. I think Sylveon's probably I'd settle for Clef. Yeah. So okay, I'm curious what's gonna happen with Brett because I also don't want to give this mon away. But he was talking about targeting a specific Pokemon, and I think actually also it's probably not even 6 a.m. where Brett is now, so we might be waiting on him a while. He's talking about targeting a specific
6:50. He's 3 hours behind.
Oh. He was talking about targeting a specific Pokemon, and now looking at how this draft has gone, I don't think he's going to take it because I think it matches up really bad against a lot of the top threats. I mean, he still could take it. I mean, we've seen, like, that doesn't mean, just because it doesn't match up well against top threats doesn't mean it's not going to deal well with the lower tier threats. But after I get word from him or after he takes it, we'll dive into a little bit more. But
Yeah, I mean, it still might be something he just waits on instead of.
yeah, exactly. I can't talk about it, but I'm just curious how that's gonna change what his plans are. Because I think with Tarapagos on his team, he's probably gonna want to get some offense here. Or actually, what do you think? Draft strategy wise, is the offense going? Are you gonna wait to are you gonna wait and get your defense bolstered, or are you going to, get while the getting's good?
I'm prioritizing special defense because there is so little, like so few mods that are good at that, like
Yeah.
actual special defense walls. I'm prioritizing that if I'm looking at the team I've kind of planned out and I don't have something that I'm like, oh, this can tank 3 Dracos or something. Like you need a Draco tank right now. You need to make sure you have that. Just because that is something, I mean, from my experience drafting, I tend to get to round 6 or 7. I'm like, I have no special defense. Like that seems to be a thing that happens a lot. So I'm, like, because a lot of the old special defense walls, thinking back to like seasons 7, 8, 9, like your Blissies, right? Not as good anymore.
Yeah.
Not as much you can do. I still think Blissie's not bad in this meta because you do want a sponge. You need something, and like looking at what's available in like the 13 to 10 range, like I'm not seeing anything that's like I feel comfortable just being this is my switch into those things. Other than, I mean, even Florges, I'm not like psyched about switching into a lot of these things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
just
thing.
don't see a special defense thing.
You want fairies to be able to take physical hits because you want to be able to take those. I mean, mostly like close combat sort of things,
Yeah.
and switch in on moves like that, crunches, knockoffs. But most fairies don't have a really good phys def stat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pulling up a thing on the side here.
Besides Galarian Weezing, Galarian
Yeah,
Weezing
Galarian Weezing
is kind of,
obviously great at that, but it has some other
it
shortcomings.
has some drop. Yeah, it's just like I don't know, maybe like that is just like kind of a void. Like just having a good Spadefmon is kind of hard to come by. And you don't want to rely on like, oh, I'll throw AV on this. You don't really want that to be in your draft strategy. You don't want Assault Vest in your draft strategy.
Yeah.
Like,
So I pulled up on the side here. I got a list of the fairies, or I guess these are primary fairy types, which isn't really. But yeah, these are primary fairy types. I can look at the secondary fairy types in a little bit. Of the ones that are available in the draft, the highest defenses, like Fizdef, because we were talking about them being able to take physical hits, is Enamorus at 110, but only 74 defense and 74 HP and no reliable recovery. And then Darkspun at 115 defense, but only 57 HP, although it does have Wish. Any thoughts on Darkspun, actually?
that's a mod that I feel like when I try to use, I kind of don't know what it does. I I think it's more of a niche thing than like, oh, I can take this and feel good about it. Like I think you need to know what it's doing on your team because it
It
kind of
takes fire
has.
hits. That's it.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely can take stuff, but it's just like what do you what do you do after that? It's kind of, I guess you're clicking play rough and roaring and wishing it kind of it can be a momentum sink, I think, at times.
Yeah, so also I have the secondary fairy types here, other ones that have good defense, like you said, Galarian Weezing. But also Diancie, Carbink have very good defense, although they only have 50 HP apiece. And no reliable recovery, because I wouldn't count Draining Kiss.
No, I don't count that either. Yeah, there's I think in the north you're gonna have to prioritize defense and plan out some switches because right now, if you're just relying on like, oh, I'll get some stuff, like I what's taking the Dracos? You know, like something has to, and you got to figure out what that is.
Yeah.
Because I've been scrolling through the 14 to 11 range to see what like, and there's just not a like Sylveon probably going to be a good thing that gets
Yeah,
taken.
big time.
Other than that, like like things with even like over like 120 and above SPDEF, you got Tentacruel and Toxapex, which you can't take because there's Lotties. You got Florges, which is just has a physical like you can still hit it physically, and a lot of these mons can't hit on the like it doesn't solve a Dragapult really, in my opinion. And then Gudra, not a Draco switch in. And then after that, you're down to the tens already. Like those are the things over 120 special defense. Like
Yeah.
you're like there's a void there, and I think you got to be careful not to fall into that.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I gotta.
Germ, that straight up sounded like vomit. That was
Oh,
crazy.
leaned away and tried to stifle a sneeze, but I'm actually I gotta stand up and I'm just gonna run to the bathroom real quick. So sorry, I gotta leave the stream for a second, but I trust you.
All right, I'll freestyle.
Thanks.
You can
All
banter
right.
with me. I'm here.
Oh, hello. All
Hello.
right. Hello. So your team so far. I don't know where are you. So yeah, we've been talking a lot about like the North and what we think is going to happen. What are your fears looking at that first round? Like, does that change what you're doing?
Not really, because I constructed a team that can kind of deal with a lot of situations and things that I've had to deal with in the past that were troublesome. So I'm kind of just looking to draft my picks as
Hmm.
opposed to counter pick, and I might like throw something in near the end if I need some sort of counter pick.
Yeah, I think your team like right now is pretty like it's not it's always hard to play in against Mammo Swine, but it's gonna be a thing where it's like there's no I mean you got two mons so far. No like obvious like I just bring this and I can just sweep. Um, you know, uh Slowking's gonna soak up a lot of this stuff. Darkrai might be, we'll kind of see what happens. I don't even know like what I think about Darkrai. I kind of don't think it's worth 19 points personally. Um, I'm not like the hugest Darkrai fan, but I'm excited to see if I think it's been taken. I think it was taken in the first go around of this generation, but I kind of I think we were kind of underwhelmed by it. So we'll see how it does this time.
Yeah, the
Um,
thing that's hardest to deal with is its speed to take a hit and then also have to take another hit on top of it if you're trying to switch into it.
yeah, yeah, and I mean that's probably something you're gonna have to. I'm assuming you got some speedy stuff that you're planning on taking. Just with like what is up here. Like everything is pretty fast so far, so that's probably. I assume you have some sort of plan for that. You don't have to reveal the plan, obviously, but I would assume that there's a plan in place.
I mean, if people know me and seen my type of play style, I always go towards a little bit more on the bulky side
Hmm.
because I know that I'm not always going to be able to outspeed heavy attackers, so being able to take two hits from them is something that I find more value in than having to force a choice scarf just to deal with them on.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And Mamo has priority and can be a good revenge killer in a lot of situations. Um, so it's kind of funny seeing Dakota's team and your team because it's kind of just like the more expensive version of your team. But like, I kind of think
Well, I
I
have a
kind of think
completely
you got the
different
better
play
deal.
than what he's got.
Yeah, yeah, but I think he's. I mean, it's uh, physical attacker, physical. If you just physical attacker, and then pivot and pivot,
Yeah.
just broadly looking at it. But like looking at this, I feel like I'd have a harder time planning for your team than his team. Um, his team relies on like Meowscro. I think both of those mounts like if you don't really know what you're doing with those, if you're not playing really like high level, like they can kind of be lost. Um, Mamoswine and Slowking are pretty much like no matter what move you click, you're pretty much good and you're gonna survive and you're gonna dish out damage and you're gonna get priority. You're gonna get switch initiative and um, they're pretty much like plug and play, always gonna be good.
Yeah, and with Slowking with having Chiller Sepson, it'll boost Mamoswine's defense, so you have to do special attack or deal with it. But Slowking's so special defense bulky that you just reverse it and bring back Slowking.
Yeah, yeah, I think Slowking's gonna be a good way to deal with the Lotties. I think it can deal with well. Dragapult might be Dragapult might be an issue, but you got Mamo, we got the ice there. So Dark, I think Joel and Kyle right now are probably. I mean, just looking at the first round, um, have the best matchup, but
Yeah, for
I don't
my
know.
third pick, I got something up my sleeve to deal with.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how your team goes. 'Cause I kind of feel like you and Zach are in the best position to just keep drafting what you're gonna draft. I kind of think everyone else is kind of there might be like a little arms race here. I mean, depending on what gets taken in the second round, but
I'm back now.
I dream.
I kind of agree with what you're saying. I think that right now Zach's not too scared of a lot of the stuff that's been taken. I think he can just. I don't think he needs to do anything reactionary yet. And yeah, kind of the same thing with Ishii. He's got like his offense and his defense. His defense covers decently well. I'm assuming he's going to want to do something to shore up a ghost or dark weakness at some point. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't think he's in a bad spot yet.
Yeah, I mean we're only 2 picks in.
Exactly. It's how do NFL guys do? I guess the NFL guys have a whole team to already look at and be like, hey, here's the rookie that's not going to start that I can do some analysis on.
Well, that's why. Well, that's why I bring it back again to sleepers of the draft, 10 points and below. What do we got? What's intriguing to you?
You know what? We don't need to do that right now, but we'll keep that in mind because Mitch put in his pick of Latios.
Oh, don't love that. Don't love that.
I mean, I think good news.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Good news for me. It's fine. It's for me. It's kind of fine, but like,
yeah,
I Latios is very good.
Yeah,
it's
like
still gonna be like. It's not like I have Reuniclus. He can't bring Latios or anything.
no, but it is like you can currently deal with it. Like I'm not saying this is the set you're gonna run, but like you could run like a AV Regenerator Reuniclus and deal with Latios relatively effectively.
Yeah, for sure.
So like that's I think this is actually Roaring Moon's faster, isn't it? It's like 117 or some dumb number fast.
It's 118.
118. Okay. Is it 118? Yeah, 118. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because I remember, I was thinking it had to be a weird number but all the Paradox Mons had, or not Paradox, the Ultra Beasts had all of their base stat total, or all their base stat numbers were prime numbers. But I don't think the Paradox Mons followed that whole thing. What do we got in South? Yeah. So on to Connor in the Grand Rapids Greninja. Yeah, so this is our first wheel pick here in the South. Should be interesting to see what he ends doing. Also, it looks like Connor's online too, so hopefully we won't. Or never mind, he's on away on Discord. Idle, that's the word. So we'll see what he ends up doing. Yeah, Latios I think can do very well in this current meta of the South. Guess that remains to be seen. Nothing else we need to talk about in the North yet. So yeah, let's head over and start looking at. You said what range were for the sleepers were you looking at?
I think we go. I think we'll just go 10 and below. Because honestly, if we're like 5 and below, it's all bad. So
yeah,
let's go 10 and below.
I've always been a big Lucario guy. Although it doesn't look great here in the North, so moving on past that. I mean, I don't know. It's not bad by any means. Like if you get up a Swords Dance and Dragapult's gone, I think you could probably do some really good damage to what's going on here. I think Lucario could be kind of a good pick. it is now crazy to me looking at it that Lucario and Inteleon cost the same.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Kind of doesn't
I
make
mean,
any
Italian's
sense.
just really fast.
Inteleon's really fast, and it's pretty strong just out the gate, but it does
It has,
feel off.
yeah. Yeah, 10's kind of a weird here looking at it because it's like, yeah, I think 10 is. If I'm if I'm like if I'm drafting, I am drafting. I'm kind
Yeah.
of avoiding a 10-point mod because like they are ones where it was like, do they tear it, do they not, kind of things, and I feel like might have artificially inflated some of these values. I know we can move them down and ban Terra, but I think like there's stuff that's there where I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not even very good at all. Especially like, okay, like Minior, yeah, I know it can do a thing that's scary. It's not good. It could be like 7 points, honestly. Like I'm not a Minior guy. Dragalge also is probably too high here. It can't really do a whole lot, and it's pretty easy to counter.
I guess
Um,
also like dragon meta is not new, and Dragalge
yeah,
has
it's
never really
bad in it.
thrived. Yeah, it's particularly
Yeah.
bad in this meta, and yeah, so maybe that's something we need to look at. Actually,
So yeah, we have pivoted towards what is bad in
yeah,
this.
maybe not
this
the, but something I think is good here. It's not like anything that's gonna set the world on fire, but I do think a pretty good wall that I think could do well in this meta currently, with the exception of like having to face Zach, is Umbreon. I think Umbreon might actually be pretty good here. At least looking at the
um,
north, I got to take a look at the
yeah.
south. I do think it would also do decently well there. Really good special defense. Actually, one of the few like walls that still gets toxic. Um, I think that could be good. Oh no, what's happened to the dock
It
here?
also gets yawn too for sleep.
Yawn is kind of like an underrated move, because like if you throw that out in the right situation, it's just like, okay, well, like that person has to rethink. Like sometimes they have to rethink their end game just because it's like I have to switch now, and I wasn't planning on switching, and it can throw people off. I think against certain people, it's probably better than others, but I think it is kind of an underutilized move because it can just throw a wrench in things, and yeah, I like definitely when a mon that forces switches gets yawn, and you're kind of fucking with their switch initiative, it can be really good.
Yeah.
And with my luck with Shed Skin,
I those abilities where it's just like I th- I'm not good at abilities. I forget that things have abilities, and then I'm like planning out things, and I'm like, oh fuck, this is a thing that exists. Um, there's I keep just looking at this list of 10 things 10 and below. I'm like, I hate this mon. And it's too high or something. But there are things, but I don't want to like reveal. Okay, you know what? No one's gonna take this mon. I like Dodrio at 5. I kind of think it's a little underrated, and I kind of think it's something that hasn't been like taken. And I don't really know why, because like good speed, 110 attack, 110 speed. That's all it can do. It doesn't get great coverage, but like in the right matchup, like you bring it to like 2 or 3 games, I think you can get like 3 kills, 4 kills. I don't like, and then like looking at things that are in that range, I don't think there's anything else that can do that. Like everything else is kind of like, oh, it does this weird thing, like
You know what? That's fair. Dodrio's like really fast. It's I think just the coverage it
for down here.
needs. Yeah.
Yeah, like I do think that's kind of an underrated mon. I don't know if it fits my. We'll see if it fits my team. It's definitely something that's on my radar. I also like that it's like a Swords Dance Trailblaze kind of thing potentially. I don't know if it
Yeah.
has the survivability to ever do that, but it gets knock. I think it gets knock. I'm pretty sure it gets knock.
It used to get knocked. I don't think it still does. Let me take a look. Dodrio. Here's the thing. It's in ZU, so I bet you. Oh, it does get knockoff. Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's like pretty like a 110 speed knockoffer at 5. Not bad. I think that's kind of.
I think the thing it's really missing is probably
Oh,
what was that?
I added Grand Rapids Greninja, and then Pap added Grand Rapids Greninjas. I
What
didn't know there was a difference.
Here's the weird thing is the fact. Oh no, so he added the name, you added the role. Um, and when I no, you're
Oh,
good. You're good. You're fine. I don't
okay.
think it would have changed anything
Like, there's no way those are
significant.
two different people.
Yeah, no, because you have that blue dot, or I mean, for me, it's a blue dot next to it. It's not. But the other thing, the thing that I think holds Dojrio back is the fact that if it needs a fighting coverage move, which it probably will because it's normal flying, it's got to hit steel and rock. It's got to go for low kick, but I think depending on the week, that's
Mhm.
you know what you need there. Like that might be
Yeah.
all you need.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I think a lot of the time people get down to their last couple points, and you're trying to figure out, okay, I can take a 9 and a 5, I can take a 7 and whatever. Like, I think that when you are,
Oh,
if you're down to like, what's happening?
nothing. It sounds like Mitch may have put in his pick. Or no, not Mitch. Oh, it does. Yeah, it says Mitch put in his pick, but we're waiting on Connor.
Yes, yes, yes.
What's
Um,
what am I looking at? Right? Oh,
I don't know,
oh, okay. I got confused because yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good.
but yes, I think when you get down to like 10 points, right, and you can beat, you're like, I can take 2 5s, I can take a 7 and a 3. I think really quickly, like your mind goes to like, let me get some value, let me get an 8, and then I'll put a 2 on or whatever. Like, and I think that those like ending things, I think there can be like, I think your mind should be like, okay, is there a team I can bring this against and have it be useful? Like, I think that is a good use of your, like, there's a chance, like, I'm on like Cacturn at 3 points. Like, there's a chance, like, it matches up good against a team. Like,
Yeah,
that's kind of a,
I
like for me, I like Crabominable, like with Reuniclus, like that might be a thing where it's like, oh, I have 3 points left. Like, maybe there's a team that works good against.
yeah, and I think you hit a really good example with Cacturn because it has two immunities. Like that's
Mhm.
going to give it opportunities to come in relatively safely and even set up. And it's got like Swords Dance, Stab, Sucker Punch. You could Terra Dark it and really do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and
Um,
like one of my favorite Pokemon, Bastiodon. Um, like I took that last year, or was it last year? And like by no means did it like I overused it because I liked it, but like there were times where I brought it and it was just like I can't even touch this thing. Like you can
yeah,
get things down here that do that, like and can become part of your team. And I think a lot of the time, like I think more often than not, there's mons in like this 11 to 8 range that you just never end up bringing because they're worse versions of your 16, 15 point mons.
hmm
And I think your points can be better spent down here sometimes.
yeah. So I'm just kind of looking at these lower tier mons to just want to shout out a couple that I think are kind of under. Like I don't want to say undervalued because I think their value is probably right, but I think we just haven't seen enough use out of them because I think Morpico's a really interesting mod because it's not weak. I think it's like 90 attack or something like that. And its signature move that is really good is 110 base
Yeah.
power and stab, and it gives you a speed boost, and this thing gets rapid spin, parting shot, knockoff, like volt switch.
And able to Terra, so it's just like kind of crazy coverage. That was a mod I really liked using,
Yeah,
and a mod that I ended up being like, okay, I can bring more Pico and get a kill. I can choice ban this thing and it can become a snowball kind of. And at 4 points, like if it fits in the meta, like that's the thing. Like more Pico, maybe, in this meta doesn't work, but like maybe Pyroar does. Like there are gonna be things that take some discernment down here. Like it's not like, oh, the best thing in 4 point range is always Articuno. Like that's the thing that happens down here is like some metas it'll be like there'll be like a 1 point mod, in some metas there'll be like an 8 point mod. Like that's kind of what happens down here. So
yeah.
um,
Um, Another,
yeah,
just since we're looking at the same spot, and I feel like this is comparable to Bastiodon, not only in type, but in I think you could probably get similar usage out of it, is Probopass. I
mhm,
think it's got good defensive stats. Obviously, I think it requires a Terra, but it also gets
yeah,
Magnet Pull, which is not something that you see a lot of, particularly at low tiers. And being able to Magnet Pull and Terra and trap something, I
yeah.
think is pretty
And
interesting.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to. I don't think it has like pitiful like special attack. So like I think it's at like 75. It's not good, but like
No.
it's not like 40. So like if you are Terra, like I don't know, a lot of Magnet Pole stuff is 4x weak to like fire or something. Like or
Yeah.
haste or whatever the thing is. Like you can match it up and like that's all it's there to do anyway. So like really think about like when you are in a game and it's like how many turns was this mon that was 12 points even in? It was in two turns. Like you can make one of these mons work at 2 turns.
Yeah, I
Like
think you could probably do something like if someone takes Magnezone or something and then gets a kill with Thunderbolt, and now you bring in Probopass Terra Ground, and it's trapped and you got him.
I mean,
but,
that
there was
reminds me of like 2 or 3 seasons ago when I brought Altaria just for gouging fire, just to trap him perishing it.
oh
Yeah. Oh, what happened? Logan, undo that.
I I did something bad.
You've
Okay,
ruined
it
everything.
won't undo what's happening.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're back. Yeah, I think that's like a perfect example of like you can like that's what these are for is to be like, oh fuck, like I didn't and like I think oh shit, it's not in this meta anymore. Shinotic, like
Yeah.
I brought that to counter a Garchomp, and it's
Hmm.
like uh, that was like a really low tier thing. Like you can do that. Like these are especially when you get like late round and you're like, oh fuck, I don't have anything for this. Like sometimes you can look down here and be like, why does this work? And it does. So like don't be afraid of these mines and don't think of them as throwaways. Don't be like, oh, I'm not even going to use a 3-point mine. Like you can find something to use.
Yeah, because one of the things I remember doing this in it was in an Iron Sheik, so kind of a different thing, but stuff like Magmar and Electabuzz, because they get like Vital Spirit, and it's just like, oh man, there's a Spore Pokemon, I don't want to get put to sleep, like, and these are bulky because they can run Eviolite. You could just switch those in, they can't put you to sleep, they're not going to do a ton of damage, and you can force them out. Like you're gonna find you're going to be able to late in the game look and be like, ooh, there's this Pokemon with this move that could be a problem in my team. And I guarantee you there's a Pokemon in the 4 and down point range that's actually going to cover that option. Yeah.
It does. Like if you spend some time looking at it, it will. Like you'll find something.
Like I think someone at some point is going to go, oh man, I don't have a way in the north to deal with Great Tusk. And you're going to go, oh, you know what? You know what's down here that is immune to both fighting and ground and can fire off a Will-O-Wisp is Mischievous.
Yeah.
Like,
Like
yeah, you're
you
gonna.
can get by. You can get by a week. You have ad drops. Like if you are really like, I don't want this on my team. Then don't just have it for like it can be done.
Yeah.
I So a mod that I'm intrigued with, I don't know how I would make this work. And it's in the 4-point tier. Like I'm struggling to see a time where I would ever actually draft this Pokemon. Rampardos.
Okay.
Like I kind of just don't see why I would ever like I'm struggling to find a time where that would be a mon I take.
So I mean, like, yeah, the thing that hurts it is the speed. But if you have a team that you think you can reliably get up sticky webs, or if you have a team that you have a trick room component, like, because what's it hit scarfed? That's actually another question. It's probably not as fast as we want it to be.
It's gonna hit 354.
354. So what is that? Well, I just don't know what base stat that covers off the top of my head.
100's 328, so it's gonna be in the 107, 110.
You said 354?
Yeah,
That
it's
outspeeds
+1.
110s.
Okay, well, there you go.
110 max speed is 150 or 350, excuse me. So yeah, like, you can go. Is that Jolly that you were checking?
Yeah, that's Jolly Scarf. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Jolly Scarf and 165 with a head smash, that's doing a lot. Even Rock Slide, because it's sheer force boosted, a little bit more reliable, but that's still going to do pretty good damage.
I also think it just does have like the a little bit of like I don't know what the syndrome is, but like when you put head smash in the calc and you see what it does,
Mhm.
but it's kind of just like a red herring. It's like, will you hit this and will you get to click it?
Yeah,
I think it has a little bit of like that intrigue to it,
let's
but
do
it
that
might
for
not be
fun. Let's run a calc on Latias, just because it's like the bulky one, right?
Yeah.
I did Rambo Pardos. Oh, it turns out there's not a set that exists for it, but
Crazy.
why would you not just like? Okay. Also gets Mold Breaker, pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a inherently flawed mon with one good stat.
Valley Choice Scarf. Well, I just put +1 Head Smash. Does 70 min to max Fizz Def Latios.
You see what I mean? Like that is intriguing, but like, what is the situation where you actually get to click it? You know, like yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone takes that and that'd be cool because it is kind of like kind of unique down there, where it's just like a 165. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is that around?
Yeah, and also if you're like, oh man, that's too risky to run a 80 attack or like 80 accuracy move. Crunch is 100% accurate, and sheer force crunch on a Jolly Scarf Rampardos does 64% to, well, this is nearly max defense Latios. If it's just max HP Latios, you have a chance to KO with Head Smash.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, like you're right. That's one of those things where you put it in the calc and it's just like, yeah, he might not bring this and he might not have the chance, but I do need to have a switch in.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of a weird. Yeah, it's just kind of odd. Maybe I mean it's kind of just like a red herring kind of thing. Do you want to play? Do you want to play a game while we wait?
Let's play a game.
Which one of these Pokemon gets Surf?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna know it.
Okay, you'll know all of them.
I didn't. Okay, so it's just you're gonna
do it. Oh wait, should we do it? Should I give you like one of these Pokemon knows Surf, or you have to figure out which one doesn't have Surf, and I give you?
I'll do either way. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it for sure.
Okay, cool. All right. We'll actually, yeah, we'll do because it's gonna be easier for me to do. I'll give you 3 Pokemon. 2 of them will have Surf, and one doesn't. You have to tell me which one doesn't.
Oh, deal. Okay.
All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna start with let's see. Let me think. We have Gogoat.
Okay.
We have the Dunsparce.
Okay.
And we have Rhydon.
Okay, so Rhydon famously gets Surf.
Yeah, I thought you would get that one.
Yeah, that one was the easy one. So now the question is, Gogoat or Dunsparce? Now,
yes,
I am leaning toward Dunsparce, and I'll tell you why. Because back in the early generations of Pokemon, nobody knew what Pokemon should get what moves, so they gave shit like Surf to Rhydon. And Dunsparce, the pre-evolution of that, probably got Surf. So which also doesn't make sense now to think about it, because it's like a 3-foot little snail guy. But I'm still gonna say Dunsparce gets Surf.
I think your logic is flawless. Unfortunately, Gogoat gets Surf.
No, I was so confident.
Yeah, I know. But I just saw that one. I'm like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that thing is surfing.
Oh man, that was fun though. Do you have another round?
I just like a lot of them. All right, let's do this. Okay. All right, I got one. Mr. Mime.
Okay.
Zangoose, and wait, hold on, Mr. Mime. I forgot what game.
Okay, this one doesn't have Surf. Whatever the third one is.
No. Oh, you were trying to figure out which one gets Surf, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Mime, Zangoose, and Ursaring.
Oh, okay. This is harder than I thought. I'm gonna say. Oh man. I'm gonna say Zangoose gets Surf.
Zangoose gets Surf. That's the one. The other two do.
Oh, the other two don't. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was gonna have to pick one that did get Surf.
Zangoose is the one that gets Surf.
And the other two don't.
I kind of don't understand.
I didn't think Mr. Mime did, but Ursaring is one that's like, yeah, that makes sense. Normal type Pokemon get weird shit.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, why not? Yeah, the rest of them, like, there's not. There are some that like famously get it that I'm like they shouldn't get it.
I'm gonna see
Um,
if I can pull up on the
maybe
side here and get one going for you. I'm gonna see if oh, that's not
here.
the right thing.
I got one more for you. Okay,
Okay.
one more. All right. Let me just let me just make sure some things. Okay. All right. So we have uh Dialga.
Okay.
Okay. We have Kiram, and we have Lugia. Which one gets Surf?
Only one gets surf.
Only one gets Surf.
Um, I'm gonna eliminate Kiram.
Okay.
And okay, ooh, it feels so much like Lugia should get Surf. It's wild, but I actually think I've seen a Dialga with Surf, so I have to say Dialga gets Surf. The other two don't.
Lugia gets Surf.
Oh man, it was too obvious.
It's harder than it's because like you're like I know what gets Surf, and then you're like, why the fuck does any of these things get Surf? It's so
Uh,
weird. Like why? Like straight up things that are on the ground all the time.
yeah. Oh, yeah. It's impossible to actually follow the logic, but I feel really upset that I got the Lugia one wrong because it's so obvious that it should get Surf.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is it obvious? I don't know. It's a bird. But
I,
also like it's a bird that's not a water type. Like,
yeah, but he's also a water guy. Clearly a water guy.
um. Okay. Okay. I found another one that I'm like, why the fuck does this get Surf? But I got to put together a game for you.
No,
So
no.
hang
Okay.
on.
Well, I guess we'll actually. You can do that. I'll talk. I don't know. I'll just pick a. I'll pick something else and talk about its and just sing its praises for a little bit.
All right.
A Pokemon that I kind of want to see someone take is Farigiraf. Um, this
I thought Kyle took that last year. Someone took it,
I
didn't they?
think Kyle did, and I just thing is, it's like it's so bulky. If you can avoid like knockoff and shit, and like dark, it's like if you've eliminated the dark type Pokemon or can insulate yourself from them, it's it's honestly so bulky and like the future. It's pretty strong with Future Sight and other psychic moves, and then you got like wishes and stuff that you can throw up and stay healthy. I think it's such an annoying Pokemon to get through, and not that I think it's something you need to go out of your way to do, but you can Terra it, and it's one of those Pokemon where it's just going to be like, I have literally nothing to take this move. I can turn Farigiraf into a resistance and wall this Pokemon because it is so bulky. It's going to be able to take a hit.
I I totally agree with all the things you're saying. This is just unfortunately one of those Pokemons whose concept is so awful to me that I will never take it. Like I hate it. Like I hate its design. I hate its name. I hate that it's associated with Girafarig, which is these people give the ice cream shit. Go look at Girafarig and tell me that's a well-designed Pokemon. What's going on there?
Well, what
What is
people
going
what
on?
people are gonna say is, well, originally the plan was to have like the back half of the Pokemon like be its own Pokemon. It's like, yeah, but you didn't do that.
Yeah, so scrap it and make a giraffe. What is going on back there? That is, it's yeah, it's just. Also, why does it get sap sipper? Someone tell me why that makes sense.
Because like giraffes eat leaves.
Well, then make it grass psychic. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it's not. It eats leaves. It isn't a leaf.
What? Okay. Also, okay.
I don't know how else to put it to you.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, so maybe I don't know the lore behind Farigiraf, but it kind of just looks like Farigiraf. They pulled the back end of Girafarig up to its neck. Like what is it? It has a weird neck sleeve. What is on its head?
So
What
I
the,
think
this is
that
just a terrible
the
Pokemon.
I
This
think
Pokemon sucks.
I think the lore has something to do with the back half of Girafarig, the tail part, is its own entity, and then it like basically turned around and took over Farigiraf, and that's why like the tail of Girafarig is eating the Farigiraf.
I just hate everything about this concept. Like I don't. So they're saying this is cat dog, but giraffe and blank. It's cat dog without two actual like the other half isn't named or
That's an
anything or like it's
interesting way to describe it. I wonder how. Oh, never mind. I was like, I wonder how far behind these stream, like, or like what the latency is.
And I'm sure people are really just really into this photograph.
I think they probably are. I think that
But
makes a
I
lot
don't
of
know what to
sense.
tell you. There's no pics. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Let's check in. Oh God,
Oh,
who's fucking
Jeremy,
with shit?
well, I didn't do that one.
Well, somebody's fucking with shit. Here, let me.
There's no data entered into there. It's just an array result was not expanded because it would overwrite. And BG10. Where's BG10?
Here, let's just do a quick test here. Okay, so never mind. That's from. This is here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. We're gonna copy this, and we're gonna go there. Paste that. Didn't fix it. What's the problem? Why did those look different? They shouldn't.
Excel chatter. What everyone likes best.
Yeah. Error. The array result was not expanded because it would overwrite data in BG10. BG10's over here. Did these get... Just here, let me try this.
Oh, I just Brett just popped in the north. We might get a little pick here. Little Brett pick. Let's see what we got.
Okay, I think I fixed it.
Good work. Proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm now adept at pivot tables, so that's pretty good. I'm
cool.
pretty good at them.
Cool. I don't even know what a pivot table is.
It's just looking at a data set and then compiling certain parts of it into a new table.
So we talked a little bit about what we think Brett might be looking at. I feel like he's got to go for a fighting resist to keep Terapagos safe and healthy.
I don't know if you need to right now because there's not imminent danger to it. I don't think. I think he can. I don't know. I kind of these 4 picks are going to be kind of crucial to see how people are approaching their drafts. Because I think round 2 you probably because I know it kind of seems like Dakota paired those two together. Ishii I know picked those two together. Like everything seemed pretty paired until we got to Drew, and those could be paired, but that could also be reaction.
I feel like I feel like it's. I see what you're saying. Like when Zach took Great Tusk, he was already planning on Samurott.
Yeah.
But I mean, also Latios Clefable is a combination that we've probably seen before.
Yeah, it is. That's the first one where I'm like that. It like Samurott has nothing to do with the first round. Slowking really has nothing to do with the first round. Like Clefable does, so we don't know yet. So I'm just excited to see what direction it goes these last couple picks because I think those would be. But also we're getting up to Kyle, so famously he might take several hours.
Yeah. Also, I mean. I was gonna say I wonder how much longer Brett's got on the clock. Not even really a concern. We've only been streaming for an hour and 13 minutes, so
no, I don't think
it's got until 11:46. He's still got over an hour left if he just wants to sit in here and stare at things and
really consider his choices.
Yeah. Which if that's the case, we can go back to hey, isn't Fergraph weird?
It isn't just the bad. Maybe there's some Japanese folklore that I'm unaware of that relates to this, and that might be interesting. But even if it is interesting, it came out terrible in the design, so it's a bad looking Pokemon. It kind of reminds me Fergraph looks like when a mom wraps up a kid for winter too tightly. That's kind of what it looks like.
It does. Yeah, like that scene in Christmas Story.
Where'd you go, Jeremy? You cut out.
Oh, I cut out? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, like that scene in A Christmas Story?
Yeah, that's how did I just think it's like an evil entity, and then it ends up being a winter coat. Like I don't know why that's like why doesn't it look more menacing? It just it looks scared.
I was also gonna liken it to that kid who got wrapped in styrofoam and Little Giants, but I don't know how many other people who would listen to this are know the Little Giants, and B, he just looked like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Um, Another Pokemon who has terrible design, but and also I think has been people have tried to use this, and I could see why they tried to use it. Regigigas. What
Yeah,
is there any point to that Pokemon that is like legitimate to you? Because I don't think it's at all legitimate.
I look. You should nobody should be taking Regigigas. Like I think the hoops you have to jump through to make that Pokemon like work is no. It's just not worth it. Juice isn't worth the squeeze, as they say.
You
Or
know,
take
okay,
it
so
when
like
you can get slacking at too.
yeah, slacking is better than I was just gonna say the same thing. Like, you know, when slacking's attacking, at least there's like fear. Like Regigigas, even when it gets past slow start, it's like, well, it had the move set of the first five. So like it's not scary even when it gets to that because like the move set is so hampered. Like Regigigas it should be 1 point. Like you can have that for the same price as Jumpluff as far as I'm concerned. That is a lost pick if you take that at 4. I think.
Yeah.
Unless like I've never seen it. Like it's been around for a long time and not one time. Like even like who's that guy who used to like do like a Pokemon sweep with
Oh,
like
Pimp
what
Knight.
like yeah, even Pimp Knight's Regigiga sweep was like really fraught. Like it was not it wasn't like, oh, it's easy to do with this one.
So
Like
it's kind of an interesting thing because I think for the first like because it came out in Gen 4, and I don't think it was until Gen 7 that it got Rest and Protect. And so that means from Gen 4 through, or no, it's Gen 8 that it got those. So Gens 4 through 7, that's 4 whole generations that it was playable. They're just like, oh no, can't give it Protect. That'd be too good. It'd be able to stall out 3 of the 5 slow start turns. Oh, you can't give it Rest. It'd be able to just rest off all the damage and then get healthy. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not strong enough, and you have to commit non-offensive moves to it. Like, it's 160 is strong, but the fact that you have to wait 5 turns for it to become strong, and someone can defensively position themselves in the meantime.
and also
Or
a
just
man
set up.
who yeah, you can set up that thing like a mon whose primary set has Confuse Ray on it has no business being in 4 points.
Yeah, I
Like,
think now the primary set is probably like sub protect knockoff body slam, but it's like that's not good enough.
no, it's that's a bad Pokemon. Like, I would rather have Krokorok than that. I would rather have there's a lot of bad stuff in one here. I'd rather have a Vulpix. I'd rather take a Vulpix.
Yeah,
Um, you know, a Charge-a-Bug. It's ridiculous that Charge-a-Bug's on this list. But
yeah, I agree.
Diglett, I'd rather have Diglett,
Yeah,
honestly. At least, like, I don't know. I don't know why you'd want to sink your team so hard with a mon that can't do anything. Um, yeah, this has just become this is the opposite of what this segment was intended to be. It was
I
like,
think also not that we're here to like fix shit, but I think you could drop Regigigas's slow start to be instead of 5 turns, 3 turns, and I don't think it gets it to be any better.
it might get it to be in this 4 point range, but like it's not like it's like good.
Because that's like people would be like, well, you can come in, click protect, and then you do have 1 turn, and then you click protect again, and then you're up to full speed or whatever. It's like, again, you are just giving your opponent so much time to position themselves, and you have to give up a move slot to do that.
Yeah, turn 1, switch into a fighting type. Turn 2, get hit with a fighting type move. Like,
Yeah.
why? Like,
Well, they'd be
I
like,
don't
well,
know
no,
why.
because if they switch on the first turn you hit protect, that's a turn for you, and you can still protect on turn 2. It's like, okay, turn 3, get hit with a fighting type move.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
what to tell you.
it doesn't
Or
change
also get
anything.
hit with a fighting type move. It's like it's not an issue. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's also a
Okay,
Pokemon. What's
I
that?
have I have a an issue.
Okay, what's your issue?
Okay, Blissey and Chansey.
Yep, I'm familiar with their
Okay.
work.
People really keep talking shit about them. They don't get taken. Why? Give me the case to why they're apparently so terrible.
I think the biggest thing they lost was toxic. The fact that they can only now do damage with seismic toss, I do think is. I mean, Chansey more so because Blissey has like it's 75, but it's not like a non-existent special attacking stat. And also there was a YouTuber I used to watch who's just like, why are you putting HP EVs into Blissey? I wouldn't bother with it. Put it into Spadef and then go ahead and put the rest into special attack. Which I think is probably fair, but also like I think it's really just because they don't have toxic anymore and they can't threaten everything. They can only threaten like things that can be killed with like 3 seismic tosses.
Okay, well here's my counter. Nothing really gets toxic anymore, right?
Yeah, not a lot.
A lot less.
I'll pull up the list, but
It's a lot less, and I think there are things well above these things that like are just straight up like they're just the same. Like Blissey, you need a mod like that sometimes just to like like to take Dracos, to take like Leaf Storms or like things like there's a lot of those kinds of mods where it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna, especially that these can Terra and you could like potentially switch them in against things that get Focus Blast or like get, superpower on a there's I can't think of a mod off the top of my head, but there are mods that get superpower and are special attackers. Those exist, mixed attackers with superpower. Like I think they're a little more useful because we're so used to seeing them like, oh yeah, they can come in on any like special attacker or whatever. But like I don't know, like you switch Blissey in on Kingdra, like you
yeah.
win.
I mean, what
Like
if
you
it's the
switch
Dragon
Blissey
Dance
in on,
Kingdra? Then don't you look silly?
yeah, I guess so. That's one of those things where it's like, but like there's plenty of things that I still think it's a is Blissey gonna wall, like your top threats? Like, no, it's not gonna counter those things. But like, I still think it's like a broad blanket for a majority of the league, and I think they're a little undervalued, especially the fact that they can Terra, especially Blissey. I think Blissey, like Blissey Terra, like Blissey having Terra Blast, like isn't
Yeah.
insignificant.
No, and actually,
Like
now that you bring it up, like you could Terra Ghost to avoid those fighting type moves, and then Terra Ghost and Seismic Toss hits everything.
yeah, like it's not bad, but we do
Yeah,
have a pick, Germ.
we do. I see that.
Yeah.
So Brett takes Ogerpon W, Ogerpon Wellspring, water. So this is not a Pokemon I've seen him take before. It's not even one that we have discussed as an option, but I'm interested to see it on his team. I think it has a decent matchup against a lot of the league. It's really fast. It speed ties with Lottie, both of the Lotties. It's not super threatened by Darkrai.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay.
You said it's interesting, and your tone was pretty low. I don't think you like this pick, and I don't think you like this mon.
Okay, here's what I'll say. I have no problem with the pick, but it is just like a mon that I don't get excited.
You cut out.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. I don't have a problem with the pick by any means. It's just not it's not a mon that excites me personally because it just feels like physical Ludicolo. And
all right.
so that's my issue with it.
I could tell that you're like, I don't like this mon.
Look, I know on paper it's pretty good, but it's also like,
I do agree because like it's an offensive mon whose type is grass and water.
Yeah.
Which is just like those aren't good types for offense.
Yeah, I agree.
So I mean you gotta like the pick more in Brett's hands than anyone else. But
Yeah.
like, I don't like straight up, Brett, like I gotta know how you're gonna use this thing because it's like what exactly are you like it seems really easy to wall that thing.
You
like,
run
it seems
in
really easy.
SD, Ivy Cudgel, knockoff / play rough, and then Power Whip or Horn Leech. And that does hit a large majority of the league. It's got the coverage. It's just one of those things that I don't know. It's not super exciting. I think one of the benefits to it is like it's an immunity, which is great to have. And it can also get recovery from that immunity if you switch it in.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
see
excited to see how this goes because, like, you know, y- it also just like its special defense is 60 or not special defense. It's special or no, I thought its special defense was 60. Okay, no, we're okay. It's not that. I thought I got them switched. All right, not that bad.
I don't see the
Yeah,
synergy with Terapagos currently, but we'll wait and
I
see.
kind of don't understand Terapagos as a Pokemon yet, so
Yep, I agree.
we'll see. I don't. Those are both like we'll see mons, but like if anyone's gonna have we'll see mons, it's Brett. So
I think Brett's the guy to have Will Siemens because I think he has kind of been in a pattern of been like, I'm just gonna take these like bulky offense mons with Regenerator for quite a few seasons. And now he's taking stuff that like we really haven't seen explored much. So I'm excited to see them in his hands for sure.
yeah, I think that's gonna be it's gonna be cool. If anything, we get more data. You know what I mean?
Right? That's always good.
Well, now we are waiting on Kyle, which is
Also, we have 3
famously
concurrent viewers and only 1 like. That doesn't add up, right?
and only one left. What do
1
you mean one
like.
left? Oh, one like. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
smash that like button.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
We at
Uh,
one point had 8 viewers.
Man, well,
No.
it's the Farigiraf content.
It's the Frigoraph content. I think they realized, oh, they're not actually covering the draft because the draft's not happening. So they
Also, your
left.
mic cutting out is not helping.
I'm gonna say that's a Discord problem. I bet you it's actually fine on the stream.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. It is a thing that happens with you pretty much primarily that you cut out sometimes just randomly.
I wonder if I don't know. I'm not worried about it.
It's fine. What's the worst that can happen?
Let's go back and talk about. Let's check on the South. Make sure Mitch didn't sneak in or Connor didn't sneak in a pick, and he didn't. There's another Pokemon I kind of wanted to talk about just because I keep seeing it, and I'm like, I think this Pokemon could be decent. Is Hisuian Sneasel?
Okay, you're gonna have to.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull it up here. We're gonna talk about it. So,
Okay.
okay, stat line. 95 attack, not great. Speed, 115, pretty good. Like bulk, obviously not relevant on this type of Pokemon, right? You're not getting it for its bulk. Oh, we've got Zane who's joined us. We'll talk about yeah. So Zane, so you took Roaring Moon. Sorry to put you on the spot. I'm just gonna jump you right into this conversation. But you took Roaring Moon, which is actually a big snipe of Tyler's. Was there anything else that you were considering in that Roaring Moon spot?
It's funny because I was considering Garchomp instead.
It's pretty funny.
Depending on how this lays out, I have a couple of blank spots in my draft plans. So I may end up switching Roaring Moon for Komodo.
Oh, does that little video get you interested?
It was actually I was looking at its move pool and I realized how much utility it had
It has a
and
lot.
how reasonably you can build it as like a bulky taunt rocker shenanigans mon.
Yeah.
Because I do not like mons that are stuck in one role in a draft format.
You know what? Oh man, unfortunately, because I was just like, I think I might be able to broker a deal here. Because if you want to get Komodo, I bet you could talk to Tyler and have him like trade Roaring Moon and have him take Komodo, and you could do like a sign and trade thing there. But then he's got Roaring Moon and Garchomp on the same team, and I don't know how you reconcile that.
Yeah, that's not great for him no matter what you do. So
No, I don't think that's the way to go. But I mean,
Tyler has been known to make some not cohesive teams. So,
yeah, that's true. So maybe this is the guy you got to sell to.
Like your vibes, you know?
Yeah.
No, it like I said, it all depends. I need my first 4 picks to go exactly how I want before I'm comfortable letting Roaring Moon go. So
Great. So what are your first 4 picks? You want to lay those out for everybody?
Is there anybody else from the south here?
Yeah,
I'm
and
here.
and
Yep, I'm
and we're
here.
streaming on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So I actually don't mind. I'm the most varied player in the league. I'm confident I can pick whatever I want as long as I get Bonsley. I'll be fine.
Oh, you know what? I'm not. You know what? I'm actually going to stop you from talking about your draft. I don't want you to do it. But let's
Oh.
talk about. Oh, where did I pin it? I pinned it in the general chat, maybe. Nope, I don't know how to find pins. But I pinned a comment of yours that you made last night that said that you will draft Mono Bug next season if Bonsley doesn't get a KO.
And I stand by that. I stand by that statement.
Okay, just that's pretty exciting. I want to
I
see
have
that
been,
happen.
Jeremy, have
excited.
any 1-point Pokemon ever gotten a kill?
Okay. I got to do some research on the site here because I don't know that off the top of my head. Let's see. I'd have to physically go back through the docs because I don't think I have stats for those. I'll get to work on that.
Get to work.
I mean, I think the answer is no, because
I think the answer is no, but
the only 1-pointers that have been taken, I think Kyle and I took Cricketune the first year, and then Zach has taken Munchlax. Whimsicott. Check if Whimsicott's got a kill. Zang.
Joel took Pachirisu last year. Any chance that did anything? And also, I don't even think we have like full stats for that shit. So for those seasons,
Whimsicott's a what? No, oh, Jumpluff.
Jump-
Someone took Jumpluff, right?
no, the
sorry.
Cottony.
The other one.
Cottony.
Cottony. Well, Jumpluff also got taken.
That was Zang, and that would have been season 22, I believe.
I think Jumpluff did get a kill because it showed up a couple times for some reason.
I don't remember if I got a kill with Cricketune on the South Finals against Derek. That's more of like a for fun match.
Okay.
You didn't.
Murkrow has definitely got a kill, but before it was 1 point. It got a kill like in like early seasons for sure.
That's that's
did it
not
pick-
nothing.
Yeah.
Did,
I don't know if
did
that
it pick up a kill with like foul play or?
No, what was that? What was that set? That was that fear set, I think, right? Was it?
Oh
that?
no,
It was
I've never seen a fear set on Murkrow. That doesn't.
Well,
ring a bell.
it did something. It did like Endeavor Quick Attack or something weird. I don't know.
I
Maybe
don't
what the
know,
Murkrow I'm thinking of.
Okay. Connor had a whole bunch of 2-point Pokemon at one point. Munchlax, yep, that's
Oh,
Cricketune.
Pawniard's also definitely gotten a kill. For sure.
You sure?
I'm like 99% sure.
Okay.
on Pawniard.
Here, I'm
In
gonna
the league though? Like what since it's been a 1-pointer?
I'm saying like in the league, it's just like no, because that's otherwise it's like what on the ladder?
Yeah, I think a long time ago. Because either me or Dakota had Pawniard, I think, at some point. That feels like something that happened. Oh, Dayton A also 1 point. Did I ever get a kill with Dayton A?
Yeah, you got a KO with Dayton, but also that's before like the 1-point thing was a thing. So
Yeah. So there's it's happened. It's happened, but probably not since anything's been 1 point.
It's honestly maybe more impressive that a 1-pointer got a kill when it was iron because it was arguably way overpriced.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm not seeing any 1-point Pokemon that got KOs in the South in season 21. So let's check in the North in season 21.
So I'm looking at the 1-point list. Is Jumpluff not just far and away the best 1-point Pokemon?
It's up there as
It is top of the trash pile. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think it's very good at all, but like maybe I don't think it's that much better.
It can do the most things, but none of those things are good.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like Tropius is like kind of the same. Like it can do something maybe, but like that's kind of everything.
Yeah, they can all put up Leech Seed and die.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that actually like Diglett in in 0.1% of games could trap something and kill something. Like it could happen.
We had this discussion already. Logan, the like attack stat is it's like what 65? It's
You get a 4x. You get a 4x, and maybe. You know.
Okay, so I can't find any evidence of a 1-point Pokemon having got a KO, but that's also meme from Star Wars. The records appear to be incomplete,
See.
so hard to say for certain. I had Vulpix briefly, but I know that didn't get a KO. Gumshoes. Logan, did you ever get a KO when you had Gumshoes?
No, I don't even know. I brought it 1 week, I think, and I made it a Stellar Terramon. I think that's all I did with it, just because I was like, why not?
Gumshoes does
Well,
not appear to have
the
even hit the
shit-
field for you.
Yeah, I don't think
the
I ever
Cub
actually.
Chews are gonna make ABL history then,
That would be huge.
Once
you get a
again,
or they're gonna make ABL history and have to draft a Monobug.
Yeah, one of the two.
I am already looking up banded first impression Slitherwing stats,
Look,
just in case.
yeah, it's probably not bad, but I mean, I would just.
If you get a kill with Bonsley, I'll eat a bonsai tree.
Okay,
Oh man, I'm so glad I'm recording.
Write it down.
I'm gonna
Edit-
need this pin as well.
Add it to
I'll
the
pop it-
archives.
Yeah, hold on. Let me make a note of where in the stream
Here,
I
I'll
need to
just put
check
it in
for
the
that.
chat, and then you can pin it.
That's better. Okay, cool. Okay.
You know, really, the thing that is most upsetting about this, if it happens, is I have to purchase a bonsai because they're expensive.
And but that's not more upsetting than having to eat it.
No, I think it's I think I can get through it. There's not a lot of leaves. They're like $30.
Hold on. Let's do some research. Oh, hold on. Let's double check and make sure we're not missing any picks first of all. No.
Kyle's still sleeping.
No. Yeah. I mean, it's 7 a.m. where you are. 7? No, almost 8. And
8.
you got up. Okay, yeah. I was gonna look up a bonsai tree price.
It's like a mini one. I'm not eating like a bonsai garden tree. It's
Yeah,
like a Kroger one.
Oh yeah, hold on. Oh, there's a Kroger
Like a
bonsai
Kroger
tree,
bonsai.
bonsai ficus. Oh, that's a fake one though.
Yeah,
Do you want to eat that?
Okay. No, I'd rather not eat a fake one. I'd rather eat something with a little more juice in it.
Here's a Brussels green
Juice?
mound juniper outdoor bonsai tree from Home Depot for $35.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got spent $30 on inedible food, which is upsetting in this economy. Crazy purchase.
Here's a $50 one.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm not. I'm also just eating the leaves. I'm not eating the trunk.
Hold on. I can sort by.
If we roll the tape back, I believe you said you'd eat a bonsai tree.
Damn, I don't even know how I'm gonna get. I guess I'll just be chewing on wood for a long time. I don't know.
You were
I
very
don't know.
specific and did not say I will eat a bonsai tree leaves. Because you
Yeah.
could have. Everybody would have agreed with that, but you didn't. So you got to do the whole thing.
Yeah. Logan.
Okay, well, I'm gonna.
How
I'm gonna get a thin-stemmed bonsai then, because these look meaty. I'm looking.
do you think? Do you think if I don't know. Let's for $100,000, could you eat a door?
How long do I have to eat the door?
6 months.
Absolutely.
6 months. Yeah, I could eat a door. Can't like. Do I have power tools, or do I just have to like gnaw at it? Like, can I put
No, hand tools.
hand tools? Well, I'm thinking I turn it into sawdust and then mix it with water and
Yeah,
drink.
that's the play.
What I'm
I think that also might be what you have to do with this bonsai tree.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Vitamix and put the whole thing in there and see what happens.
There's a little conflict of interest here because now a part of me doesn't want to get a kill with bonsai.
It'd be funny if you got a kill with Bonsley against me somehow, but I don't know how that's gonna happen.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be rigged if you did that.
Yeah, that would just mean I wanted to eat a bonsai. But also, yeah,
My fetish will finally be fulfilled.
yeah. Now I can eat a bonsai without judgment. People will be like, "Oh, he had
No,
to do this."
no. Don't worry. There's still judgment.
There's judgment, but like at least there would be like, you'd be like, I know why he's doing this. He has to. It's not if someone just walked in on me eating a bonsai, they'd have questions. But
Look,
with
Yeah,
this, at least I can
you're
explain.
you're
I'm
sleeping on a base 80 attack stat here.
I'm
That's all I'm saying.
I'm super excited for I wanna be there when you eat the bonsai tree because you're just gonna strip off all the leaves and you're gonna have a nice, I don't know, juniper salad. And then
Yeah,
which sounds insane. And then you're gonna take the rest of the tree out of the dirt and put it in a Vitamix. And then you're gonna have a wood slushy.
Is bonsai in the juniper family?
Well, that's just the one that I had found that was available at Home Depot.
At your local Home Depot.
I
Yeah.
let me pull it back up. Oh, not that I hit the wrong Control Shift T. There we go. Bonsai Rock June. That's an Eastern Leaf actually. Where'd the Home Depot one go?
It's so funny that I like bonsai. I think bonsai, like there's bonsai artists and like they take it very seriously, and I'm just eating. Like, I
Because
think
it does take quite a while to like make it happen, right?
yeah, they're well looked after and well manicured, and I'm just eating it. So.
I want you to go to like a bonsai gardener. I don't know who that person is, and just be
Oh.
like, so which of these is the best one to eat?
What would you say is the most digestible bonsai you have?
Oh man, there's a bonsai tree kit, so you can grow your own bonsai tree and then eat it.
Well, that's a little too dark.
But-
Don't make Logan grow his own
Yeah, he's
bonsai.
gonna get
Fall in
attached.
love with it, care
Yeah.
for it, and then make him eat it.
This is actually your best value because it comes with 5 bonsai seeds that you can grow into trees.
I see.
So then you'll have to eat
well,
your favorite one.
The good news is like if Bonsley doesn't get a kill, then I have a nice bonsai. But this is kind of a high risk, high reward situation.
This is a crazy thing that you've agreed to.
Yeah. Well, it's Bonsley. So if you really want to bring Bonsley to like 8 games and try, like that's not a good. It's probably not a good strat.
Okay.
But
So I
I
think
hope he brings it to game 1 and just like gets 6 kills.
just
yeah.
leads with it. That would be. I have to eat 6 bonsais.
Oh, wait, hold on. The bet is per kill.
No,
No.
wait, no.
no, I'm not going to hold him to that.
That would
Oh
be funny,
man,
though.
this is wow. This has really changed.
Yeah, these are the biggest stakes in ABL history, honestly.
Also, I would like to say the talking about eating bonsai trees has skyrocketed our viewer numbers up to 6.
People are loving this stuff, man.
People are loving the bonsai content.
Yeah.
And okay,
The
Kyle.
tree eating fetish folks to finally have a place to call home.
Yeah,
We're gonna clip this out, put it on the ABL TikTok for sure.
for sure.
This is gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Literally
no
dozens
one-
of them.
Man,
I'm
no one-
looking at the draft board now to see what a theoretical mono bug draft would look like. It's really not that bad.
Well, I mean, either Logan's gonna eat a tree or you're gonna find out for sure. So
Huh.
oh man, Logan, I don't want you to eat a bonsai tree.
I don't want to eat bonsai either, but
And a lot of this is out of your control.
yeah, totally. Like, there's no way I could have prevented this. So,
Well, well, I'm just saying, like, let's say that you are scheduled to face Drew week 1 and Bonsley doesn't get a kill. You still have another 8 weeks of hoping Bonsley doesn't get a kill.
yeah, just every day I just will dread. Every match day I'll be like, please don't make me eat a bonsai. That'll be stressful. That's a little extra flavor to the match. But I can't imagine you bringing Bonsley to every match just for this. Like, if you want to tank your season just to make me eat a tree, it's on you.
I'm excited. I'm kind of well, I'm not hoping for this, but I'm the situation would be really interesting where it's like last week of the season, Drew is like in contention for a first round bye, and he hasn't gotten a
He
KO
has-
with Bonsley, and he's playing against somebody who's really got nothing to gain. So it's just like, okay, well, do I just secure the win, or do I go for the Bonsley play?
I gotta go to Bonsley. Oh boy.
And Logan, also, I'm gonna put it, you can't earn the Bonsley KO in the playoffs for two reasons. One, I don't want you to feel obligated to try to bring Bonsley in the playoffs if you make it. And two, that's your timer. It's for regular season only.
Okay, so this is only applying to regular season.
Yeah, if you don't get it by the regular season, that's the timer. The timer's up.
So what
That's
if I decide that Bonsley is the optimal pick to bring in a playoff game? Am I allowed
You know
to
what?
bring it?
That's fine, but also just you have to get it by the end of the season, or you draft Mono Bug.
Oh boy.
Yeah, or it only counts
Zombie
as
old friend, we're gonna do it again.
So Joel has said enjoying the Bonsley talk, but isn't Bonsley technically a rock and not a tree? Yes, but it looks. I don't know any rocks that look like that, so I have to eat a bonsai, which is bad logic, but it reminded me of a bonsai.
Yeah, honestly,
And Bonsley,
the fact that Bonsley is a rock has nothing to do with the fact Logan could have said that he would just like eat a sandbox. I just don't. I think he like. It's gotten.
there wasn't a lot of thought to this.
Yeah.
I was going off that in-betweeners thing where Will eats a bonsai, and that's why I've done this. Because it looked kind of like Bonsley. It was tenuous at best.
I'm gonna see if I can. Okay. Oh, hold on.
Just out of curiosity, do you use a typewriter or is you just have a very loud keyboard?
I guess I have a very loud keyboard. Yes, some pets can eat. I looked up what if you eat a bonsai tree, and yeah, the AI seems to be like plant toxicity. Okay, let's learn about plant toxicity. We need to find you a non-toxic bonsai tree.
I'd die. This is how I die.
Okay.
No, I would feel horrible.
Wait, is a ficus I thought a ficus was just a fake plant. Is it a type of tree or like?
Some bonsai species like juniper, ficus, and pine are non-toxic.
Okay,
and those sound like that's a nice floral flavor, right?
Yeah,
it'll be nice.
Like honestly, get a pine ficus tree.
Yeah, that might be nice.
Yeah, be like rosemary. Yeah, it's safe to eat juniper, Chinese or Japanese elm, but that kind of sounds like a hardwood.
That sounds big. That sounds like out of for my first bonsai. I'd like to keep it small.
My first.
I don't want to get too crazy.
I woke up today expecting to draft Mons, and instead I'm holding a man's life in my hands.
Yeah, things have gotten out of control.
I'm looking at cherry. The cherry is a common outdoor bonsai tree, which is slightly toxic, so no cherry trees.
Interesting.
All
right, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
We might want to cut this draft stream at some point if no more picks happen, because also it's been like quite some time, and I don't know that we're knocking on the door of some more picks, but and it's really devolved into this tree talk. But maybe we'll try to do some analysis, but it's also hard when we have literally nothing to go on at this point.
Well, I can say that it seems like the majority of the South is starting their Dragon Fairy Steel Cores early.
Yeah, I agree. Because we had talked about that. Well, we had talked originally about the North, how it's just like, man, people probably are going to want to prioritize fairies. And I think that's also probably true of the South, looking at Roaring Moon, Garchomp, Quaquaval, Raging Bolt, Hisuian Samurott, Latios. I could definitely see that coming down the line here. So we'll have to see. We also had a big conversation about what the best fairies available are, and I think Clef is still kind of the gold standard.
Right. Yeah, it does so much that you need in a single pick and draft.
Yeah. Some of the other things that I think, actually, even more so in the South, that'll do well is like a Galarian Wheezing. I think could be pretty good here. It's not great against Latios, not great against Raging Bolt, but it really shuts down a lot of the other stuff here.
Yeah, and it also does other things too. It sits in front of like a Meowscarada very well because it turns off Protean and other such shenanigans.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I personally, I swear by the Screamtail. I think fast support mons are incredibly useful in this kind of environment.
Yeah, I like Screamtail too. I've used Screamtail. I think you run into, at least for me, I ran into a lot of like, okay, I'm running
Not
Wish.
being able to kill.
Yeah, running Wish, Protect, and then do I have room to fit a support move on here? Because I'm going to run a Fairy move. I'm going to run Dazzling Gleam or Play Rough, and then should I get Flamethrower on here? Should I get Thunder Wave, Encore? What am I? It's in addition to the fact that it's got shitty offenses, it's not doing any damage.
True. I believe it is the fastest baton passer in the league with access to both Calm Mind and Bulk Up, though, which I think is an interesting niche.
Good point. Is I mean, you don't have to give away your the whole game here, but is baton pass something you take into, like, baton passing stats? Is that something you take into account when you're considering a Pokemon?
I definitely. So if I had to place a point value on the possibility of a solid baton pass, I would apply 1 to 2 points to a good baton passer. Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
Especially against certain teams, for example, like bulky offense, you have a lot more opportunities to get a baton pass off.
Yeah, I think, just for my money, I have never really valued passing stats, because I just do feel like either you're kind of pigeonholing yourself, because you're going to go stat boost move, baton pass, and you only have two other moves. Either this move's going to be purely support and passing baton passes, or those two moves have to be enough coverage to cover most of the team that you're facing to make it valuable. So that's why it's a difficulty for me, but I mean, teach their own.
That's completely fair. But
Yeah.
I also noticed too that we play the game completely differently.
We do, yeah.
I tend to enjoy breaking things until I have a win condition, and then like all of my games that I win is typically 1 or 2 mons have all the KOs.
Yeah, I feel like I think probably my approach tended to be like, I just need to start picking off pieces and I'll find a win condition. I usually don't go in with a win condition in mind personally.
We've got a new joiner.
We do.
Zach. Juniper is the best tasting Bonsly. Thoughts?
Hard agree.
I
thought so.
do you know the context of what we're talking about, or are you just like,
No, but I can just feel it.
Oh, okay. I love that. Yeah, Logan. So there's a kind of a dual thing going on. If Drew doesn't get a KO with Bonsly, he has to draft an all bug team. And if he does, Logan has to eat a bonsai tree.
I see.
So stakes have never been higher.
There is one unfortunate situation, and it is that I am not Drew. But
Drew, what? Hold on, who are you? What am I? What's? Oh, not Drew. Sorry, I mix up. I got it. I'll be honest, I mix it up sometimes. Zane.
We joined the same season. It happens quite often.
My bad. Zane, not Drew. Yeah, you joined the same season. My brain has never been able to separate you two.
Well, I'll tell you guys a story.
Okay.
Many moons ago, my friend made a bet that if something happened, he would eat a shoe. and that was 12 years ago, and he still owes me a shoe. So I don't know how fast Logan plans on eating this tree, but
So he's laid out his strategy. He's gonna strip the leaves off and have a nice salad, and then the wood part he's gonna put in a blender and drink like a slurry.
I see.
So I
Why
think
say slurry? You could say smoothie. You could say any other. Slurry is just it's the slur of the liquid world, if you ask me.
I mean,
okay.
slurry is more accurate, but if you want it to be a smoothie, Logan, you can be a smoothie.
Well, we already called the leaves a salad, which is a stretch, so might as well just say a salad and a smoothie. I'm just having a healthy Sunday or whatever.
I mean, it's not really a stretch. Salad is just leaves in a bowl, just from a different plant.
It's the wrong leaves in a bowl. We all know it.
So do you get to add things to this tree, or like can you dress it like a salad would, or
I think you can.
That would
are
be-
you just have to eat the tree?
However you want to make
thing
it
is-
happen, Logan, make it happen.
The thing is, I don't think it's going to be the flavor is the issue. I think it's the fact that I'm eating a tree is like I don't think any amount of flavor.
Surely the flavor would help. Surely if it tasted like blue raspberry, that would be assistant.
The problem
What kind of tree
is
are we talking about? Deciduous?
a bonsai tree.
Blue raspberry is your preferred salad dressing?
Well, I'm just giving an example.
A blue raspberry vinaigrette.
You're telling me a blue raspberry vinaigrette would be worse than just tree bark?
Well, a blue raspberry slurry, perhaps. You know,
Perhaps, of course.
The only problem is with if Logan is going to dress this up, that ruins my image I have of Logan sitting down at a table with a fork and knife and bonsai tree. And
I have to eat it with a fork and a knife.
that's the image. No, you don't have to. But that's just the image I have in my head. And if you're like cutting up the wood and then like boiling it in milk to like break it down and have it then I don't know, some sort of a weird milk stew.
What sort of culinary nightmare did your parents teach you?
I've got what it is. So I blend the whole thing up into a sawdust, right? I make an ice cream base. I put that in there, and then I put it in a Ninja Creamy, and then I'm eating bonsai ice cream. You know,
ice cream.
And then I could even put that in a milkshake if I wanted to consume it faster. But I could just enjoy that over a period of weeks.
Look, go for it. You know what? I've seen like YouTube shorts of a guy making wood flavored ice cream. But granted, I don't know if there's actually real wood chips in there.
Honestly, Logan, I think you might be onto something here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think now I want you to. I'm gonna sack myself to Bonsley just to have this wood ice cream.
Have you considered opening your own tree eating business? Perhaps one where you make sherbet and other forms of dairy.
It's all very new to me, so this just happened in the last hour or so. So I haven't considered any business opportunities.
We'll sleep on it.
Think of all the fiber you'd get from eating a tree.
That's true.
That's true. Is it safe to eat sawdust? Well, we're talking about specific kinds of sawdust, so let's see.
Isn't that a thing Wasn't that a thing back in like the Middle Ages? They used to put sawdust in bread and cut down on the flour.
I think they do that now too.
I thought Taco Bell did that.
Yeah, I think companies do that sort of thing. Let me go back up to the top of this, please.
Yeah, what's up?
I have concerns. Go back to the first paragraph. Scroll back up.
I'm up.
Yeah, no, higher.
Higher.
Okay, first, discover the truth about. No, go down.
Discover the truth about sawdust in food and cellulosic additives.
What does that mean? Discover the truth. What secret is being told?
I don't know.
What is the perceived?
I'll be honest. This feels like just that first line does feel like AI generated.
I mean, I don't. That's an AI picture for sure.
Okay, cellulose derived from wood is generally recognized to be as safe by the FDA when used appropriate amounts of food additive. We just need to figure out what appropriate amounts is.
Well, I'm adding it to ice cream, so it's an additive, so we're good.
Historical uses. Ice cream. Oh, man. Shredded cheese. Bread products. Bake yourself a nice wooden bread loaf.
All right. Well, we figured out how I'm going to eat the tree. I wish someone would pick something. That's what I wish.
I see
Brett,
Connor online, so I'm not sure why he isn't making a decision, but
Me and Jeremy are confused by your draft, so explain.
What?
We're confused. Both of
well,
these picks are wild cards, I would say.
yeah, I think the consensus was we don't currently see the synergy, if any, between Terapagos and Ogrepon.
I would argue because there probably is none.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Right.
Logan, we've done it. We
Oh,
cracked
no,
it.
we did it. Now
Cracked
that
the,
is good journalism.
Yep.
We asked the
You've
hard-hitting
cracked the code.
questions. Yeah. So,
I thought,
that
I
wasn't
thought
very.
I thought they were cool.
That's what we
That's-
suspected.
Yeah.
That's about all they got.
So again, I'm not gonna out this Pokemon, but you and I had spoken about a Pokemon that you were targeting. Does the current draft meta change your mind about if you're gonna go after that Pokemon?
It makes me think it's less good, but I still probably will take it.
Cool. Okay. I'm I kind of figured that's where you're at. Just like it'll still do work, but it's just not gonna match up against top tier threats as well.
Yeah, I probably won't take it now, like immediately.
Yeah.
Probably let it sit for a little bit.
Cool.
I think that was also our contestants on that one. So honestly, we're right on. You know,
Yeah, we got
we're
it.
doing great.
Yeah.
We're doing great analysis. So, well, we've gone down to 6 viewers on the stream.
Okay, back
We
to
gotta bring
bonsai trees.
So I do have a serious question. Do you think all of the hype around the bonsai situation has placed higher agency on its pick order, and should I draft it sooner, or
Yeah,
are
what
you
if you
No.
wanted to
confident?
pick Bonsai?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
What if Logan drafts?
I was just about to say that. That's a brilliant maneuver.
He's going to ensure that it doesn't get a kill.
Yeah.
So I have to draft Mono Bug.
That's
what a genius play.
look. I mean, yeah. I think that's an interesting way to go.
Yeah, good luck getting a kill with Bonsley, by the way.
Yeah. Same to you.
This was all an elaborate ruse to get Logan to draft Bonsley.
Yeah.
Been planning this for weeks.
Jokes on you guys. Zane actually wants to draft Monobug.
I don't know. I was looking at a theoretical mono bug draft, and covers a lot of bases surprisingly well.
Oh.
Does it cover the defensive basis of everything being weak to the things that bugs are weak to?
Well, no.
No.
But Assault Vist Araquanid does go crazy.
Sure.
Logan, I think you might have to draft Bonsley.
Yeah, we'll see. It's under consideration for my second pick for sure. It's on the draft board.
I think that an interesting thing would be though, like, because also knowing how Logan's brain works, he's gonna draft Bonsley like, oh, thank goodness I'm safe, and then he's gonna be like, I think Bonsley could get a KO this week, and then he's gonna get the KO. No! It'd be so cool, but I'd have to eat a tree.
I'll pre-order the bonsai because like bonsai's got to go this week, and then I can.
Did we specify how big of a bonsai tree it had to be?
Standard size.
All right. What is the standard size for a bonsai tree?
Household bonsai, not an outdoor bonsai. Just one that you get from Home Depot.
Okay. 6 inches to 3 feet. So minimum 6 inches.
All right, that's not bad.
No.
Maximum 3 feet though.
Yeah, you can eat up to a 3-foot bonsai tree if you like.
If you really enjoy it the first time around, you can eat more.
Yeah, I can get a couple more inches.
Oh, there's some size categories that are some Japanese looking words that I definitely don't know how to pronounce. So I'm not gonna try.
It kind of feels like it's like it's blasphemy in some way too. Like I shouldn't be doing this.
I mean, it feels like you're eating a painting. Like,
yeah, I'm eating someone's like culture in a way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep up with the times. It seems like that's what's happening, so I want to be a part of it. You know.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Maybe Connor will pick. I think it's
Who are we waiting on in the north?
We're waiting on Kyle.
Classic Ellingham moment.
So
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, most predictable thing in the world.
how long has this stream been going?
2 hours.
Over 2 hours. Yeah. I don't know. I think we might want to wrap this up since it seems like nothing's moving. But okay. So I guess we'll just kind of go around here. Does anybody have any like final topics they want to bring up? Because we'll that don't relate to trees.
Oh damn.
That goes all of my topics.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll open it up to tree topics. Any questions for the
Really
bonsai
underrated
eater?
holiday, Arbor Day.
Logan, I think that's when we should put off the bonsai tree eating until.
On
Yeah,
Arbor
that's
Day,
probably
that
good.
seems kind of
Feels like a
Aren't
hate
you supposed
crime.
to save trees on Arbor
Can
Day?
I do it? Can I do it at like a school or something, just to kind of something like that? I do have Firefox has suggested some thought-provoking stories. Maybe we have some thoughts.
Yeah, sure.
It's like a Nathan for you bit, where you're like eating this beloved tree in front of a bunch of kids that love it.
This is bordering on like a pagan ritual level of
Yeah, it's
depravity.
getting out of control. Some thought-provoking stories from Firefox.
Sure.
Should you crate your dog? It's complicated. Does that provoke any thoughts there?
No.
Okay.
I have 2 cats.
Yeah. Well, so I guess not. All right. What about what's the point of a primary care doctor? Any thoughts provoked?
That just feels like really aggressively worded.
Okay.
I
How
haven't
about this
gone
one?
to the doctor in 10 years.
Hey, what's the point of medicine? Like,
I got one from Popular Science. I think you guys will be into this one. Correct me if I'm wrong. Finally, an answer to why Earth's oceans have been on a record hot streak.
Oh,
What does a hot streak mean? Like, are they winning football games?
A new study finds that the rate of ocean warming has more than quadrupled over the past 40 years and pinpoints why. I feel like we already kind of know why. Okay, this is a good one from the world of education.
Is it because of the batteries I'm throwing into the ocean?
Yes, it's Jared. So some guy from Michigan's been throwing batteries in here since 1991. Let's see. Okay, so this is from Literary Hub. Human hair, dolls' clothes, love letters, and other strange things found in old books. Provoking any thoughts, or
Is there a question here, or is that just?
It's just
it's they're thought-provoking stories, Brett, and I'm looking for the thoughts it provoked. Is what I'm doing.
yeah.
I guess no on that one. That's a no. That's just a binary one. How about this easy trick will give you heavenly fluffy pancakes in minutes? That's pretty good.
I feel like I'm all set on pancake related news. I feel like that is just a technology that we've kind of like we've perfected.
Sure. Okay, how about this one? Why 6 hours of sleep is as bad as none at all?
That just sounds fake.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
Yeah.
Fast Company. That's what it's who published that one. All right, I got
What
3
company?
more. That's just called Fast Company is the one who published that one. I only have there's not many more. Would you guys like a home and garden, entertainment, or science?
Home and garden, I think, is really the flavor of the day here.
Interesting, because this one's the least good. How to create a minimalist bedroom and why you should, according to experts. Actually, I have a lot of thoughts on that one.
I was hoping it would be related to bonsai trees.
No, no one has any thoughts on any of these.
Well. So the thing is, right? Are you the kind of people that have TVs in your bedroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible decision. Frankly, it should be minimalist. I agree with this article.
I would rather
I'm
not.
like-
But, my wife needs one apparently, so I'd rather not. You didn't used to, but now I do.
Mostly don't use
Mine's,
it, but it's
mine's
there.
actually a contentious topic. We're not allowed because Jessica doesn't want one.
Oh,
Because she's like you, Zane, where she thinks it's the worst thing for your health and well-being or some bullshit.
Oh. I don't know.
well. I love that you give this cohesive response and then follow it by or some bullshit. That's one of my favorite things about the English language.
or some dumb shit. Well, I'm glad I provoked some thoughts. I'm glad this was a productive segment.
It was provocative for sure.
So how long does Connor?
Just to remind folks, this is a Pokemon broadcast.
Yeah, obviously. This is for the kids.
Okay, so Connor has half an hour to make a pick.
Is that true? Oh boy. And technically no. Technically he's got. Oh no, he's putting in a pick right now. Oh my god.
Whoa!
He put
Analysis.
in. Wow. So gouging fire. So gouging fire is the first pick on the wheel there.
That's a bit of a snipe.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
I told Zhang he was crazy. He told me his first two picks were Terrapagos and Gouging Fire, and I said, "There's no way in hell you're getting both of those mons."
I'm off on the side here. Let me check because Zeng did send me his entire intended team, and yeah, he did have Gouging Fire at the 2. So he was that was a long shot. I hadn't looked at Zeng's team that he had sent me in a while, so we have discussed quite a few potential members of his team throughout the course of this. So so Gouging Fire as Connor's first pick. What do we want to see him pair Gouging Fire with? What do we expect it to be? Do we have any thoughts?
So when I picked Gouging Fire, I ran it alongside Zapdos and Iron Treads, and that was an incredible core. It felt like. I think it appreciates other bulky pivots to help it facilitate getting in, setting up.
Yeah, I feel like with what he's got here, I feel like he's got to find I still think Fairy's probably going to be pretty important. Obviously something, like you said, pivoting would be good. Also something off the ground, because Garchomps around and ground types are going to be in play for sure. I think every team's going to have a ground type at some point. I think that's one of the points where Gouging Fire can kind of... Bulky ground types will obviously run into some issues there. I think like a water type might be nice.
I'm just not processing this out. Logan, you took Reuniverse?
Yeah.
Round 1?
I did. Huh? Yeah.
Explain.
Okay, the reason is twofold. Everything's pretty boring and uninteresting, 16 and up. And I wanted to take Reuniclus. I felt it was overpriced, and I didn't want to double down with a more expensive thing and an overpriced thing. So I just took it now.
You felt Reuniclus was overpriced, and you thought, I'll pay that tax.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. Yeah, you're picking. I would love to say it's like it's a bad choice. I wanted to use that, and I took it because what am I going to take? I'm not really. I'm like, I could have Excadrill, which isn't really exciting to me. So I think I'm gonna hang out down here, just 14 to 11, and just take like a whole bunch of stuff and not take anything that is green or blue. If I hadn't had my streak of playing every single season, I probably just wouldn't be playing. So I'm just having a good time,
I'm excited to see.
Were you worried about Like you took a mon that I don't think has been drafted in years.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
What are you doing? No, just like you seem so defensive.
I don't think I'm defensive. I think I'm agreeing wholeheartedly. I'm on Brett's side.
I just the way it's just like
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it is.
It's early.
It's a little early. Like there are things in the yellow tiers that are like desirable, that are going to like get snatched up probably in the second round, and you just thought, nah.
I wouldn't be. I'd be lying if I didn't want a little bit of this reaction where it's like, what is Logan doing? I like that. I like to be a wild card, so that factors in about 15 to 20%. And also, I was just like, I don't want to put too much thought into finding something that I think someone else might be valuable when I know I want this. So that was more of what it was. I'd like to say there's tactical or like intellectual thought behind it, but there's just really not. So,
I can't really fault you there, seeing as my two picks were these seem fun.
That's really it. Like
so seeing an image, this image that Mike posted of him sitting and watching this stream on TV while crocheting. It just feels so weird to be like, hey, that's my screen on someone else's TV. And also thinking, he's listening to this? I didn't realize anybody would listen to this.
You're famous today, Germ.
It's just sometimes this is like, oh, right, so I'm streaming, somebody's listening to this. It's always like, man, why do I keep making this? But somebody's listening, which is, I don't know, maybe a bad
Also,
choice.
Mike, are you an 80-year-old woman?
Yeah,
That is a glow-in-the-dark angler fish that he is crocheting.
That's what
by
it
the
looks
way.
like.
I mean, I think it's great, but it's just it's giving elderly vibes.
Also, Mike, let us know if you want to hear more thought-provoking news stories, because I can find some.
Stop.
I would like to point out something interesting. 4 of the first round draft picks in the South are in fact weak to bug moves. So
Well, okay.
Well, start drafting mono bug.
Connor's second pick is in, and it is Screamtail.
You cut out exactly when you said. I assume you said Screamtail, but you cut out. Right
I did say Screamtail. I did in fact say Screamtail. So
he took. Oh no.
Yeah. So you had been talking a lot about Screamtail. But first, so let's focus on the fact that he's got his Fairy Dragon part of the Fairy Dragon Steel Core done. I think it's probably a good pick in this meta, having the fairy, and there's not as many, like, I don't think the psychic is currently a problem because we don't have stuff like Dragapult and Darkrai taken in the north. So I think Screamtail or in south rather. So I think Screamtail's probably gonna have a better time in this meta. But who's to say? I don't know. Any so we got a couple people in the south here. Any thoughts on these 2 picks affecting what you're doing?
I'm sad that he took Screamtail.
Yeah.
That was going to be my second pick. Aside from that, though, I do think it is a good partner for Gouging Fire. It doesn't give it everything it needs, but it definitely checks some of those boxes. So
yeah, he's gonna pass some bulk ups to it.
Yeah.
happening. Oh, I'm an old man, Brett.
So, yeah, and I don't think like this'll. I'm just looking at the other stuff here. I don't think this impacts Logan's current Tulu. Man, it's hard to give analysis when there's one Pokemon. Because I don't think right now. I don't think anybody in the South needs. No, I think there needs to be some reactionary picks in the South. Like I think Logan's got to get a fighting or fairy type. Probably a.
Jeremy, don't give away my draft strategy.
I feel like I'm gonna. I feel like a fighting type is probably something Logan's going to have to target in the next couple picks, but also it's super easy to get decent fighting types in like the 9 to 6 point range.
Yes.
Like it's stuffed with fighting types that are decent. So
you're telling me look in there for my next pick is what I'm hearing. So,
I'm telling other people, hey, look in there for Logan's next pick.
Well, I'm hearing draft Hitmontop next. That's what I heard.
I mean, you do you. I'm not saying that.
That's what I heard. I hear what I want to hear.
How about go eat a tree?
Ideally, I do think fairies are getting snatched up left and right here in rounds 2 and 3.
Yeah, I think everyone who took that's the thing. Even if you're not like I need a fairy right now, I do think it's probably something you're gonna have to target at some point because they're gonna go. Peek over to the north. Still no picks from Kyle. I really thought we were gonna see a run of fairies go here, but also we haven't seen a run of anything go. Because
I'm gonna start running.
Yeah.
I think Kyle seems like the type to golf in the snow. You know what I mean? Maybe he's out golfing.
That's a thing people do?
I think people golf.
Kyle just sleeps in really, really late.
Yeah, check his Snapchat. He might be golfing.
I don't have
yeah, neither do I.
Oh wait, I do have him on Snapchat, but I don't think he ever posts anything on Snapchat.
He seems like a Snapchat guy. He seems like he's got a snap streak going.
With who?
I feel targeted.
Oh, why?
I have 4 30+ day snap streaks.
I'm just saying that. Yeah, Kyle seems like he also might have some going. Nothing
I have a 350-day snap streak with Martina, so that's something.
That's actually very impressive.
Yeah, she has like 1,000 though with people, and I'm like, I'm not really doing all that. Who's picking? Mitch is picking next.
Mitch is picking next in the south, and then Kyle's picking in the north, and I'm gonna, we'll give it 5 minutes. If no pick comes in for Mitch, then I think we're gonna kill the stream. So,
Jeremy, we're doing this until midnight. Is what my
okay,
understanding
I guess I'll leave it running and I'll go about my life. But
What else could you possibly have to do today?
I don't know. I just I'm exhausted talking about Pokemon, especially when there's nothing to talk about. We could go back to trees, I guess.
Do you need some more thoughts? Because I have some thought-provoking.
I'll be honest. I think Firefox needs to rebrand this tab here because I don't think these articles are provoking a lot of thoughts.
You don't think new German hearing aids are disrupting a $10 billion industry is thought-provoking?
No.
Right.
Is that a real article?
Yeah, I think it's an ad, but yeah.
Yeah, read it in its entirety.
Okay, yeah. Let's do that.
Is this like, are we doing a filibuster? Is that why Logan's just reading, like...
I'm trying to provoke thoughts, all right?
I mean, you're definitely trying.
How to tell the difference between persuasion and manipulation, you know? Like, that's what I'm talking about.
I mean, there really is no difference when you think about it.
The difference is language used, the outcome achieved, and the intent of the influencer. So I'll have you now. All right, I'll read the article in full, and then you can rebut. How about that? Is that good TV? We're on TV now.
Are you?
I don't want to read it. I don't. It's really.
Don't read it. What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't want to read that. Yeah. I would. I'd like to pick. I do have my pick in mind, and I don't think it'll get taken. Oh, what happened? Something happened? Yes, dramatic reading. All right, fine. All right.
He's not beating the old man allegations today.
Do it in a voice.
Here, let's.
Jeremy, I've realized Mike is older than I am, so I'm not the second oldest man in the ABL.
Yeah, I remember when you made that assertion. It's just like I don't know that we have the data to back that up.
I guess I don't know the general age ranges. I'm turning 30 this year.
Oh, I just turned 34.
I just turned 30, and I turned 30 in August. So
I'm 42.
Actually, Jeremy is 125. January 1st.
According to Facebook, yeah.
Yeah.
He's ageless.
The ABL will go on forever. That is good to know.
Yes. Does anybody want me to read the article Madison Bailey is facing her fears?
I don't know who that is.
I don't either. So that's why I thought we could learn together, you know?
I thought for a second, I was like, is that the guy the Tigers signed and then DFA'd? But that's Bailey Horn.
That's Bailey Horn. This is the star of Outer Banks, which I don't know what that show is. So
with Jonathan Banks?
Tanner Banks, the reliever for the Phillies, I believe he's on the Phillies.
Mr. Bank.
Mr. Bank. Willie Bank, Germ?
Willie Bank. These are heavy bites.
Yeah.
Looks like the Michigan Mudsdales have made their pick.
Oh, something's happening.
Oh, we've got Jirachi. Okay.
Oh my God!
Is that your other
list? That was my third pick.
Well, this is falling apart for you.
I'm just gonna start picking bugs.
Fuck it, I'm taking Bondsley and bugs.
Zane, weren't you the
bug
one
people now?
Earlier when I joined, when you were like, "I'll give away my first 4 draft picks," that couldn't possibly impact me at all.
But then I didn't.
I stopped him
anyway.
Yeah.
And they still did it anyway, so you know.
All right, wait a minute. Is Mitch in here?
No.
Oh, double psychic for first 2 picks.
Yeah, that's an interesting call.
His favorite thing is getting knocked off.
You know what? Hey, got to do what you love.
Okay, no updates in the north. Okay, so yeah, we got here. The good news for Mitch is, yeah, sure, 2 psychic types, but don't really outside of this Hisuian Samurott, which may be a problem. Oh, and the Roaring Moon. Never mind. I retract anything I was about to say.
I was going to say plus +1 Roaring Moon Oko's his entire draft. Granted, he
Yeah.
only has 2 mons, but
Yeah. Okay, are we ready for the dramatic reading? I have a poem here.
You have a poem?
I have
Go
a
ahead.
poem.
Is it an AI generated poem or is it a real poem?
No, I think it's a real poem. I think this is a classic. Okay.
You're probably the worst one to read it because your
I
mic
you're
cuts
gonna
out.
cut out like every other word.
Look, it'll be
is this
fine
A
for-
pause for dramatic effect.
It'll be fine for the stream. Just everyone
Yeah,
get
but
off of
Brett-
Discord and listen to the stream.
it's a test in using context clues.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Kate used to live in Texas. I'd like to shoot her to the moon or into another
Oh my
galaxy
God.
whenever she said the word Texas. Okay,
And
that
I
was
punched Brett in the face.
that was just a goof. I'm not gonna read that. That was that was a poem called "They Don't Do Math in Texas" that Brett, Dakota, and I performed in 4th grade.
Yeah, me, Jeremy, Brett, and Matt Carl, right?
Yeah.
And then I accidentally punched Brett when we were supposed to punch our hands up in the air.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
100%. I was a new kid who didn't have any friends. It was completely accidental.
So I punched
I
the
know
kid.
how to make friends.
My-
Beat this poor
Just
big
my
beat
name
the shit
out
out of this
there.
guy with the big head.
Did Brett famously have a big head? Was that something that was going around school?
Well,
Was that a thing?
you said did he famously have a big head? Like it's past tense. Like his head is shrunk.
His head had shrunk. Is
I
that what you
actually had
said?
some pretty severe cosmetic surgery I got a head reduction.
Head reduction. God.
First of
Hey,
its kind.
Brett, please use the proper name, a headectomy.
Yeah.
Headectomy.
Brett has a head that doesn't conform to conventional hat sizes. Also.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, one
Wears
size
like
fits all. One size fits all is the biggest sham on the planet.
Yeah.
One size fits most.
We when we got the FBC hats made, we did ones that were like specifically to order, and then could just like let's just get some random ones that like maybe people will buy on the day. And the last one we had left was like a small size hat. Seeing Brett try on a hat that is like a size 8 or whatever is pretty funny.
It's
Size eight's a
comical.
pretty big hat.
I got a pretty big head, Dakota.
I know, but like size 8's like for a regular person is like fine, but like you need what like a 9 probably.
This is a lot of ableist language flying around here.
How was any of that derogatory?
Well, you
Just
said
simply
for a
stating the
regular
facts.
person.
Regular person head.
Oh, as if you're not an extraordinary person.
No, I think you described him as irregular in that sense.
Okay.
You also punched the kid with the big head. That was
You
cool.
did also
I'm
lead with
just gonna
that.
go. I'm just gonna go home and cry now. And
Yeah,
You're already at
that's
home, aren't you?
no, I'm walking back home. I was getting coffee.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not like 14 degrees and snowing like crazy there?
No,
Not snowing anymore.
it's not. It's
here,
not a
at least.
winter hellscape here.
It's snowing at my house, so
The sun is out and it's 40 degrees. So get wrecked.
Hey Mike, that's a funny thing you posted. Posted a little Frankenstein gif.
how much time's Kyle got left? Like
He's probably
30
in there.
minutes.
In Texas, Kate
he's got-
says, I was in 6th grade instead of just in 4th like I am here. Texas, the kids stayed up all night watching television because school didn't start until 4 o'clock. Texas, we only did math in kindergarten. Once we learned that 1 + 1 = 2, we'd never have to study math again. Keep chiming in with fun excerpts from a really long poem.
It's actually, considering the state of Texas's education system now, it's actually just really kind of sad
Yeah.
when you read it. Like,
Let's see. When did Kyle get back on the clock? Or
He's got like 50 minutes left or
oh,
something.
that's way too long.
Yeah.
The 12:42 is his cutoff. So yeah, he's got some time. That lull.
What
Texas,
is?
we only went to
Oh
school.
man,
Okay. I don't want to read anymore. They don't do math in Texas.
Logan,
Ah.
did you see Nottingham Forest today?
No.
They were mad from last week. You should go do a quick Google.
Interesting. See? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That's crazy.
They were mad.
So yeah, I guess they were. They should. It's kind of inexplicable. That's crazy. Oh boy. Okay, I have them on. I want to take, but I think everyone will be annoyed with me because I won't be drafting properly.
What does that mean?
Because you guys didn't like my Reunion glitch
What, like
pick,
you're gonna
so-
take like Paul Skeens like in proper draft pick?
Yeah, I'm taking Skeens. I'm taking Ellie De La Cruz. I'm taking Gunnar Henderson. I'm taking the show cover athletes right now.
Oh, Javi Baez.
Or yeah, former cover athlete. Uh, Jerem, how mad would you be if I took an 8-point mon?
I wouldn't care.
All right, I'm doing it.
Okay, well, it's not your pick. Oh,
Oh,
we might
What if
have
I
a
get
pick coming in
sniped?
from Papcoon here. Oh no, who clicked there? Who's the
who
anonymous
clicked the
beaver?
Pep spot?
Yeah,
It's unlike Pap to be slow.
yeah. This is really embarrassing for him.
He's not home right now, so he probably doesn't even know it's his turn.
Well,
He's,
where is he? I'll go find him.
look, he's got a green dot. I think he's probably got the stream open.
You got seven watching. So
Yeah.
I just texted him. He'll make his pick soon, I'm sure. He actually just messaged me on Discord.
Oh, we're
I'm
just looking at
ready
the
to go.
analytics on the stream. It's fascinating.
The what?
At the stream, it's fascinating. Apparently, people aren't using the chat anymore. That's obviously a big bummer, but also who cares? I have fun looking at graphs.
Raps.
Got 22 views on the stream, 7 concurrent viewers, and somehow 4 likes. Come on, guys.
Okay, so before he puts in his pick, I want it to be known that we did not collaborate on these picks, and he is in fact the one stealing my homework.
Okay. What do you think it's gonna be?
Oh, it's that. The pick is in.
The
The
pick-
pick is in.
Dun, dun, dun. I could probably find that. I'm not gonna. I'll work on it later. Yeah, look at that.
Don't look up whatever soundboard Logan was using 2 weeks ago. That was
I feel like
I literally just heard scary noises, and it was like anime girls. I'm like, how does this make sense?
Up until 2 days ago, I was fully committed to partaking on the high seas adventure, and I was gonna have to ask for the soundbite from however long ago that was.
Oh, you mean this?
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely I could have pulled that out easy. That's preloaded into the Discord soundboard for
Watch
the
this.
ABL.
let's see it. The grade 8.
Oh. What year is it?
I'm going back to 2015,
Yeah.
2016. I'm going for it.
You're drafting a Gen 6 team.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were drafting Black White.
Yeah.
But also, why so early?
You guys don't see my power.
Because are you just have you turned into the Raiders? You're just like, yeah, he's fast.
Yep.
Except
I'm just doing.
just look, he's from Gen 5.
Look, no one's ever done what I'm doing. All right, I'm making
That's-
history.
That's a fact.
I don't know. I'm just I'm having a good time. You know what I mean?
Wait, is Papcom blaming the Great Tusk pick on his wife?
You cut out, Jerm.
I'm leaving.
When you ask your wife to make your picks and she picks the woolly mammoth because you are at a museum.
I mean,
What was Samurott then? What did you see at the museum that was Samurott?
A suit of samurai armor?
Maybe. What museum has samurai?
I was gonna say,
Oh, that's gotta exist.
got to be the National History Museum.
Well, if we're going by points remaining, I am like way out in the lead, so that's pretty big for me. Oh, here he goes. Pick is in. Pick
So
is
much
in.
happening in the South.
Oh, the pick is
Pick is
in.
Ooh.
Oh, Corviknight.
Corv.
Okay, a classic, a staple even. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean it's solid in this meta right now. Not like it's running away with anything, but I mean, there's only one fire type. There's only one electric type, and it's Corb's teammate. So
I just got back. Scrafty was a decision that was made, huh?
I made that decision.
You sure did.
I did that.
You've got plenty of points to pick up Bonsley. You've got plenty of points.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Get the Logan pointing stickers to slap on things that say I did that.
Yeah, I'm trying to make history here to finish the draft with the most points remaining of all time.
I don't think you should do that.
I'm just saying it could. No one's ever done it.
He's got to save on points so he can take the salary and just use it in his everyday life, like he's John Fisher.
It's not fun if it's been done. All right, and I live by that.
So, Joel is messaging me. It seems like it's 2 a.m. over in Japan, so he might just go to sleep, which seems like a sound decision.
That's fair. That's fair, Joel.
Yeah. So he's gonna give me a couple picks, so that way we can hopefully roll on without him.
Well, Joel, might I remind you that getting 6 hours of sleep is basically the same as getting nothing at all. So you might as well just stay up.
Well, yeah, it's just as bad for you. So
yeah, we have. It is bad, but if you're planning on getting up in 6 hours, you might as well not go to sleep.
Yeah,
I just wouldn't.
It's not necessarily better health wise, but it's a better use of your time.
What a short-sighted article. Like, what? Like, there's no way.
Like,
Somebody else has done it, Logan. Keenan took Magmortar.
Oh wow, okay.
All right,
That's a good one.
So Logan, you're only leading by 2 points remaining now.
Okay, how come I'm getting in trouble, but he's got things 1 point above me, and no one's concerned?
Well,
so you did it first. You're the trailblazer.
I did it first and better. I'll have you know.
See, I took Magmortar once, and I thought it was an incredible Terra Captain. I've not. Scrappy's not allowed to Terra. Oh, Moxie, DD, right.
Yeah. Scrafty's I actually hold on. What's Scrafty's base ability? Let's see which one you end up with. Shedskin / Moxie. So it could go either way there.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble.
Yeah. So you're gonna end up with Overcoat Reuniclus and Shedskin Scrafty. So should be pretty interesting for you.
All right. Well, I gotta hop off the stream, so feel free to bash my draft after I leave. I prefer if you do. So I'll see you guys later.
Okay,
Bye.
see ya.
Bye.
With a team like this dude's gonna have to eat a tree. I don't have a problem with his picks in theory. They're just about 2 to 3 rounds too early.
Right. Maybe he's doing that thing where his last 2 picks will be 18-point mons out of the blue.
Probably. Like, I think it's probably fine to do if it's like, man, nobody's going to target the things. Or also, I'm not looking at anything specific. I'll just counter team when my picks come around. Oh, shit, I forgot. I have Tyler's picks. I can put in Tyler's picks for him. Gave me a flow chart that I got to look at. Oh, don't look at that, anybody.
Yeah, a flow chart. He sent me an entire Excel spreadsheet.
He sent me an Excel spreadsheet. It's season 23 plans with 2 lowercase z's, a capital Z, an underscore, then a capital Z, lowercase z, lowercase z. So his plan was to go Roaring Moon, and then in the second round, but you took that, so it goes Garchomp. His backup pick is still available, and I'll put that in for him now. If I can spell this right. No.
Farigiraf.
We had a lot of Farigiraf content earlier in the stream.
Oh, I missed it. I was doing that stupid catering job in the morning.
Yeah. So there we go. Goldengo in for Tyler.
Very
Interesting.
good pick.
And let me check, because I think I also have Zeng's picks.
Well, I have to pick still.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure I'm getting ready. Oh, but
Okay.
Zeng was planning on taking Gouging Fire, which is now not an option. So I think we're going to be at a standstill.
Why will it not let me type in the doc? It's because
Man,
I'm
all
on my
these teams
phone.
look super threatening except for one.
All right.
Look, what's going to happen is he's going to be drafting all his mid-tier stuff. He's going to get to the end, and he's going to have 38 points left, and then he's going to take good mons. Because he's going to have no other choice.
He's going to take Dragapult and Darkrai in the last 2 rounds.
Like, yeah, you could do something like that.
Well, here I go.
Okay. I'm hoping Tyler doesn't get sniped, but also I am, because then I get to use his flowchart a little bit more. Clef, okay. I mean, look,
fair
had to
enough.
go at some point.
Classic
Yep.
combo.
Yep. Okay. So you can add Zhang. I'm gonna let him know that I can't work off of his list anymore, because I can't take Gouging Fire in this spot.
I will. I'll add him.
You have Tyler's third pick, presumably.
Yes,
as well?
I do. I have up to the 4th round for him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Like with alternates or just
with
full
alternates.
pick? Damn.
Like honestly, I was shocked. Like I'm just like, man, this is he's well prepared.
It's been getting better, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like he could still potentially, you know what? He's only got one, because one of his targets for the 3rd round was Clefable. Now that's off the board. There is a chance that Zeng could take one of Tyler's other choices, which would then he only had one alternate for each pick, not 3. So
Gotcha.
I gotcha.
yeah, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, my list was Roaring Moon 1, Screamtail 2, Jirachi 3. So
yeah, that's rough. That you just keep getting knocked down with you get sniped. This is Snipe City. Well, what season would I put up that Snipe City thing? That had to have been like, I think James was in the league, so that would have been season 4 that I had that Snipe City thing on there.
Yeah, season 4 or 5.
Yeah. I think he only drafted in. Yeah, I think he was only in those 2 seasons. Maybe he was in a 3rd. I know he quit halfway through a season. That might have been season 6. Because I think
it was
Tim
it was
in.
season 6 he quit in, because he went to the finals in season 5 against you and brought manual rain against your rain team.
Yeah.
Still to this day, the wildest choice I've ever seen anyone make in a finals match.
I want
to. It's like punting on 3rd down. They're never going to see it coming, but it wasn't the great decision.
I think it's way worse than that. It's like intentionally like rolling the ball to like a defensive player with no one in front of them. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find that. I should be able to. Let's see if the replay still exists. I guess question. It does.
You planned so much for that, and then you were like, "Oh, wait."
I don't think, but I didn't even bring rain this week because
you didn't.
I was just like, I don't think it's that good.
What are the chances? Hear me out.
Okay.
That we unterra ban Toro's Aqua.
Okay, hold on. What do you mean? What are the chances? Like this
Like,
season, 0.
How?
No. I know it's 0 this year. I mean in the future.
I think low because I think we did that and it did really really well.
Yeah, I got him MVP.
Yeah. So
Also, this might be like the last year, well, the last season without like at least some sort of shake up.
yeah.
So
Oh, fair enough. Are we trying to transition to a ZA meta if that happens, or are we moving
If
to a
there's
different format?
we'll have to wait and see. I don't think we're gonna get any definitive answers on what is happening until like February because I think they're gonna announce something around Pokemon Day that's involving the Switch 2.
is it 30-year anniversary this year?
No, 96. Yeah, no, that'd be next year. We're at
Next year,
29.
okay.
So I think actually with that in mind, I feel like we're probably see, at turn 11 he sets up manual rain and decides to use surf in the rain against a Mega Scizor.
Huh.
Like I just don't understand what his plan was here. Oh, he had Damp Rock too. Jeez, I really wish I would have brought Rain versus this Jamoke. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. If there's a ZA meta to play in, I think we'll probably try to do that. I don't anticipate that being an option, but that's I think the direction we might be looking at. We might try an Ubers thing maybe.
Yes.
So we'll have to see. I think we're probably going to take. I definitely want to do an off-season thing, maybe just to test some ideas, and then we'll go from there. And I'm like watching this. Oh wow, he just hit a raw thunder. That's like watching this game is fucking crazy because it's just like I think I was on the back foot a little bit just because I was so thrown off by what he was doing. Not get flinched here. I didn't.
All right. I don't reasonably expect Zhang to get back to us. He's on first shift. He got switch shifted for a while here, so
Well, yeah, so he's got 4 hours to make a pick, so he's I think that probably brings that pretty heartily to a halt. Let's see. No movement in the north, and Kyle's got
what, like
35 minutes? Yeah.
is this a Kyle classic?
Kyle,
He does this every season.
This is a certified Ellingham moment for sure.
Yeah, big time. I think
we waited on this is
he's gonna be put out too because he's gonna complain because I was sleeping. I was up really late last night doing something. So
Yeah, but then it's gonna be 3 p.m. and we're still gonna wait an hour and a half for him.
Yeah. Kyle is the reason we have the time limit. Because we waited for him for like 12 hours one year.
I think it was original. Falconer was another reason.
Falconer, but like, I don't know. I remember being at like a charity benefit, going there with my phone so I could like draft, and then going through the whole thing, like cleaning up and like getting home at like 9 p.m. and Kyle still had not picked. And like,
yeah, I think. And look, I don't want to badmouth him, especially because we're recording, because that'd be that.
I'll badmouth him.
I just, yeah, he does this where he's just like, guys, I got stuff going on. I get you have stuff going on, but also just people are gonna talk. So gotta deal with that. Yeah. Because I think it was a couple seasons ago. I think there was like some big, like pretty much work emergency that he got. Like there was,
that was the thing, right?
Yeah, there was some
there
big
was a
like
hospital.
Yeah.
There was a hospital security breach.
Yeah, so he was dealing with that, so he couldn't respond to stuff. But also, it's just like, yeah, people are gonna pester you. But if you said like, hey, work emergency going on, that's where I am, people'd shut up. But otherwise, people are just gonna assume you're sleeping. Oh.
I'm always sleeping.
Well, I'm going to mute the chat and play Heroes of Hammerwatch 2. So,
Okay.
talk to you guys later.
See ya. Okay. I don't think we have much more analysis we can do. We're definitely going to be waiting at probably close to the full 4 hours on Zing, I'm guessing. What's that bleep loop about?
It's just it's Mike
Oh.
complaining.
Oh, cool. Make 2 picks to hear the comment. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you. Just put your 2 picks in. They won't count, and we'll pretend like they're real. And we'll give you some commentary. How's that sound?
Give away your secret weapon.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe don't give away the secret weapon. Just put in 2 picks if you want to hear us talk about them, and then if you like what we say, maybe you could just draft them for real when it comes to your turn. It's also because Joel said, "I'm going to sleep. Can I send you my picks?" And then I said, "Go for it," and then he didn't. So
He fell asleep mid-send.
he still says he's online. Oh, what? Oh, that's fake. Okay. Oh my god.
Bravo.
That'd be you got me.
Yeah, I got there. Oh, okay. So I did. Okay, he's Joel's still looking at stuff. That's fine. I was afraid you had passed out or something. If he had actually if Kyle came in actually drafted Dugong, I would have lost my mind. I don't get why Mike's reacting with the bow here. I don't know. You did it. He did it.
I'm
He
assuming
put the
he
Dugong.
was Dugong.
That makes sense. I could have figured that out if I'd thought about it, but I didn't. And good joke. So yeah, Dragapult Dugong being paired up, pretty interesting. I think Dugong with the Whirlpool Perish Trap might be able to get rid of some of Dragapult's counters. So I think it's a good call. Especially you Terra it into a type that like deals with like a dark type that you want to get rid of. So you could like bring it in on Darkrai, Whirlpool Perish Song, and Terra into a fighting type. But then I guess you could just also Terra Blast it and kill it. So you don't need to do the whole Whirlpool trapping. I don't know. Seems like a bold move. Maybe Kyle should have gone with something safe like Scrafty. Is that good analysis, everyone? Hope you guys liked it.
B-.
Okay.
I've seen worse.
Texas, I was the smartest kid in the whole school.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I think we might just cut the stream now. I'm not gonna wait another half hour for Kyle to show up. So, yeah, I guess signing off here. Yeah, Joel, get me your picks within the next half hour or so, ideally. And then I'll just keep popping those in, and maybe we'll pop in again tonight or tomorrow to talk about some stuff. But I'll definitely have draft analysis up, hopefully by Tuesday at the latest, assuming the drafts are done. But
that's a bold assumption.
You know what? I mean, we typically go pretty fast. I feel like we've been like done in 2 days lately, so hopefully that happens.
I think my first time that I drafted, it was like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first season that I came in.
Oh.
So I remember I had military, and I was gone for 3 days, but we weren't even done by the time I got back home.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel like we've been pretty timely lately, but I don't know. I think we'll probably be done by Monday. I think it'll probably take me. Actually, I have a thing on Wednesday, so I won't be free. I don't know. I'll get it out when I get it out. I'll try to get some good analysis on it. I know people like the draft stuff. I like doing the draft stuff. That's why we did this today. But I think I'm gonna cut it there. So thank you everyone for watching the stream. Thank you everyone for popping in the Discord and discussing some stuff. Oh, what's this? Java runtime. Okay, great. Oh, stop it, Java. Why you want to update right now? This is crazy. Stop. What is happening? I hate this.
Buddha solo. Oh, that's Java.
That's Java. Okay, I'm ending the stream. Thank you, guys. Okay,
That
there's
was
that.
wild.